with a shot to win the Cup Series title. Just 2 shots to make it happen. 3 seats still open on Championship
yes.
Sunday.
3 races remain. 3 races remain of the NASCAR season. Cup Series season. Let's see what we see today.
Toyota. Let's go places.
I love it. Please, Mom.
Olivia.
Finally.
Ha, ha,
Nailed it.
That's my line. There's no place like Target to shop everything wicked.
When's the last time I used that thing? When did it become a clothes rack? Did the clothes rack get more expensive?
Spend, save, and plan smarter with Erica from Bank of America.
We've come a long
Why
way
Erica?
together, pushing boundaries and giving it
Erica.
everything we've got. But there's still a lot more road to run. Goodyear, the official tire of NASCAR.
Valvoline Restore and Protect. A first-of-its-kind innovation that
Yeah, the run to the
factory
championship.
clean by removing up to 100% of deposits. Restore your engine to perform like new. Restore and Protect. Another first from Valvoline.
Wouldn't it be great if you could find your shows all in one place?
My favorites.
A message from the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment.
Did you
What
know
up,
your
John?
new favorite burger has hand-smashed patties made to order, hot and melty cheese, and a tangy sauce? How rude.
Well, this is certainly a situation.
Double Sonic Smash, about a half price drink in the app.
Because at least
From summer loves
from what I can understand right now,
to fall flings.
we have,
So many ways
I think,
to
3
save.
drivers that I
Why
consider
travel
are,
wallet happy? That's
I think, in
365
must
by
wins
Whole Foods Market.
situations coming into the day. Elliott, Blaney, and I believe Reddick. The question is going to be how the rest of this plays out now. There's only 2 races left. And at this point,
Hell yeah, Miami, baby. Good job, dude. Way to pull us out of one this weekend, Bell. Now champions are made, man. Good job.
you know, we've seen drivers step up before in must-win situations in the history of this format.
It is indeed that time in the NASCAR Cup Series because a win by a playoff team today means they're racing for a title in 2 weeks. Steve, Christopher Bell had the dominant car last week in Las Vegas, finished second, admitted it was tough to get over that one. If you're his crew chief, Adam Stevens, what was the message to your driver this week?
A lot was made about the emotion on the radio. If I'm the crew chief, I let him know I love that. That's what I want. I want you to be frustrated with second because we're
Bell and Larson could do themselves
Last 8 races here at Miami,
really
8
well with
different winners.
points today,
Who could
stage
it be
points.
today?
Rise as you are able. Remove your
Because if they end up with stage points today, I think pretty much they're going to lock their spots if they end up with stage points.
Presents our nation's colors. Here to offer today's invocation, and please welcome from Christ Journey Church, Pastor Ryan Reed.
Will you pray with me? Father, we thank you for the gift of this day. We invite your blessing over this special time with family and friends to celebrate racing and competition. We ask for your safety over every driver and every team. Lord, we also ask for your merciful protection over our nation's military personnel, first responders, and frontline workers who daily place their lives at risk for our benefit. Lord, please watch over them as they watch over us. Lord, your grace is always more than enough. Your love is unending. We offer this prayer to you in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome acclaimed singer and three-time American Influencer Award winner, Candy Lover.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
For 6 of these 8 drivers, I think the goals are simple. There's only 2 that I think I'm curious to see what they do, at least today. Obviously, Logano locked his way in with the win on Holmes, the win at Vegas. So the next 2 weeks for him is just fun, basically. Not much he's really racing for the next 2 weeks, except maybe try to get his teammate in. Larson and Bell, I think, are pretty much, they just need to lock down some stage points here, and I think they're going to be in good shape. Reddick, Blaney, and Elliott are basically racing for the win, based on the point situation. The real question mark is Byron and Hamlin. Because effectively, right now, the race is between them, at least points-wise, for that last spot. But we'll see.
We're looking for you. Join us at Toyota Racing.
WeatherTech is known for providing the ultimate
We
protection
will
for
see.
your vehicle with laser-measured floor liners and cargo trunk liner, along with seat protectors and seat back protectors. And now the weather.
They're still pretty much must-win, Shadow. You can't go into the race
and adjust to fit virtually any size phone. Even allows
expecting issues out of somebody else. You got to take care of business on your end, so to say. So you have to go in and win. Your mindset from the get-go should be, you know, go for the win. You're gonna win the race. That's your guaranteed ticket. I said the question is like I said, the guys that are still close enough where they can point their way in. That's where the decision comes in. Like how much you try to go for stage points. Someone like a Byron or a like Byron and Hamlin, who are basically in that fight for that last spot. That are still within a race of that last spot.
Time to move? Make it easy with Open Door. Sell your home in any season, for any reason. Start your move at opendoor.com.
The only ones above Byron Shadow are Larson and Bell.
Sonic. Live free, eat Sonic. 7 drivers remain to fight it out for the final.
And I'd like to see the standings again, but Bell, I know, was in a position where basically he just needs stage points today to basically be more than a full race up on the cut line.
to host one of the biggest cup races of the year.
Larson and Byron, I wasn't too sure as far as where their point total was. But I know Reddick, Blaney, and Elliott are. Elliott's basically a full race out, so he has to win. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. He's more than a full race out in points.
Continuing the successful legacy of
Or close enough. I think he's only about 7 points away from being a full race out.
including NASCAR.
We got it. We got the tiebreaker, baby.
Homestead Miami Speedway once was where champions were crowned.
You're a great champion. Now you're a 7-time champion, brother.
Now is where they are created. With their playoff
I'm
race,
trying to remember because I think
for its epic battles. For star drivers trying to rebound,
what's the max point? It's like 63.
or trying to steal a title, blocking out the competition is no slam dunk. You need to bring muscle and vertical to compete up high on this famous banking. Make it in Miami, and you
Yeah,
withstood the heat
John. I saw the same thing at Richmond.
and the pressure. This city knows champions.
Same thing happened at Richmond.
And what it takes to be one.
That's why you never give
It's the same thing Austin Dillon did.
You know, I love it whenever athletes can talk about the number of championships they have, and there's a number like 3 that's in front of that. You know, it's a good thing there are drivers here today that are looking to get themselves situated, Marty, in that championship 4 in just 2 weeks in Phoenix.
Tyler Reddick is on the pole. DJ, if he is going to advance with a win, does it have to happen here in Miami?
Yeah, I think it has to happen here today. Next week is not a good option for him, but he's going to challenge that wall all day. No mistakes, and he can do that.
Is Denny Hamlin's chance to advance with a W here or next week at Miami? Where's it better?
I think it's better in Martinsville next week, but he has to have a solid day here. Stage points might give him 2 options next week.
Steve said that Chase Elliott has to win to be able to advance to the championship 4 again. Honest question, do they have the speed to do that right now, DJ?
I think there's more speed there than what we've been seeing, and I think this aggressive driver is going to show us exactly that today.
So Steve said that Ryan Blaney's really good on the long runs, but how difficult is the challenge starting 20th?
It's difficult, but you've got enough time with this racetrack being so wide you can pass pretty much anywhere.
So many storylines in Miami today. Let's get the engine started here in South Florida.
Homestead Miami Speedway, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. Serving as the Grand Marshals for today's race, we're honored to have representatives from Florida Power and Light, Baptist Health, the Homestead Police Department, and the Homestead Air Reserve in recognition of their service during our recent hurricane relief efforts across the state of Florida.
Drivers, start your engines!
You got to think about what happened in this race last year.
Another seat to the Cup Series Championship 4 is up for grabs. Who wants to race for the biggest prize in American
Blaney and Bell had a great battle for the win. Bell took it
here on NBC Sports.
to punch his ticket. And of course, probably the defining moment of the race was Larson's,
A Chewy order is on
I don't
the
know
way
what
for
move to
everyone's favorite employee,
try to gain time to pit road and nailing the
Bill uses
barriers
Chewy
at the
to
end
keep
of the
cash
pit
hard at work.
road.
Toys to keep his instincts sharp. Food so he won't snack on the inventory. Even a new collar.
And
to
that
let
was the
everyone
defining
know
moment
who's boss.
last year in this race.
And
So.
with Chewy's low prices, Bill's left with more cash to spend
See
on
what we
cash.
see today.
For low prices and fast shipping, for life with pets, there's Chewy.
After today, there's only 2 races left. 2 race weekends remain in the season after today.
Is up to you. But if you want the horizon chasing, rubber burning, dream building, adrenaline pumping power to do, Ford is your starting line. Gas, hybrid, or all electric, the power is yours.
Introducing the second chance offer from BetMGM. What'd he say? If you bet on a player to score the first touchdown and instead he scores the second, boom, you get your money back in cash. Straight cash? Second chance, you heard? What if my guy fumbles? And some other guy scores first? Second chance. What if you need a second chance to land on the field? This offer only applies to touchdowns. You all right? I hurt my spleen.
Get the second chance offer from BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas.
Also, I'm planning on
fun on a trip to Texas. You could do
planning on doing all 3 races championship weekend. So you'll see me here for all 3 races.
Actually, it does matter. I'm obsessed with food, sports, and music.
This is our trip to Texas. Go get your own.
I'm the team mascot, and boy, am I running late. Ow, what a hit. And if you don't have the right auto insurance coverage, the cost to cover that might tank your season. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Is Homestead Miami Speedway crowned NASCAR champions. Today's not title day, but it still plays a pivotal role in the complexion of the playoffs. The heat is on, literally and figuratively. The pressure of the playoffs is real. NBC Sports welcomes you to the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs from Homestead Miami Speedway. Welcome. This is the Straight Talk 400. And Marty Snyder, as I just mentioned, this track has a long
This is Tyler Reddick's big moment too.
and sculpting the championship picture.
Starting on the pole, you have the #1 pit stall. You got to take advantage of it today.
Miami Speedway, a racetrack that is all about risk versus reward, because speed here is literally created right against the wall. The difference in running fast lap times at this track can literally be 2 inches. So the good news is you can find that extra speed. The bad news is if you get too close, you can easily make contact with a wall, and a season's worth of work can come to a very quick and unexpected end. So Dave Burns, how much are you willing to risk to give yourself a shot to win the championship?
Marty, from pole position, Tyler Reddick has control of this race, and his pit crew wants to keep it that way, including front tire. Houston Stamper from Mount Pleasant, North Carolina, 19 years in the business, has never won a Cup Series championship, thinks this may be the year. What does he tell himself? The calmer I am, the easier my job is. So he monitors his heart rate all race long. And if he forgets and it's too high, he says to himself, breathe.
You basically, like I said, if you're Reddick, Blaney, Elliott, your goal is pretty much the next 2 weeks is to win. There's no other goal. The points are rough as it is. You gotta go for the win. The guaranteed ticket.
Is the fence. So today is going to be anything but relaxing for the playoff drivers as they try to avoid disaster running the wall. The heat of the playoffs, well, it's in full force here at Miami.
It's a good point, Kimmy. The heat, the pressure, it is real. Hi, folks. Welcome to Miami. Lee Diffie, Jeff Burton, Steve Letarte. Stevie, we are going to be talking a lot about points. It's the second race in the round of 8. Only one driver is locked in. That's Joey Logano. He's going to the championship 4. What do the folks at home need to know? What do they look for today?
Simple. A win and you advance. A win here, you're in the championship 4. The other thing to keep in mind, points are complicated, but if you have a great day and your opponent has
Like I said,
you might make up 30.
Blaney and Elliott are almost a full race out in points, so it's going to be rough. It's a rough situation for those guys.
Reality says no. Those guys below the cut line have to have great days, if not wins.
It's good because it's go for it. It's go for it mentality, right? And that's what makes us want to watch. Jeff, you know,
If you're one of those 7 and you win today, you punch your ticket.
We'll talk about ripping the fence, going up on that high line. Is that the path to victory lane, or are there others?
Well, some drivers are really good at this and others aren't. This is what some drivers really want to do, is be right on the wall. Look at that, inches away from it. Why are they that close? Because if you get that close, there's speed. The further away you get from it, the less grip you have. So the risk is hitting the wall and doing damage to your car. The reward is getting right there and finding speed in your race car and ultimately winning the race that way.
So keep that in
I'm
mind
keeping my hopes up, Ronco, because again, we finished runner-up here last year and won Martinsville last year. So, you know, there's still a possibility. Although I think we got a tall order where you got Reddick and Larson on the front row, who are probably the best at this racetrack in terms of being able to drive this track. Reddick has never won here in a Cup car, but Larson has a couple of times, at least once. So I took Larson today in my fantasy because I couldn't take Reddick, otherwise I would have taken Reddick. But
his teammate Noah Gregson in row 8, another car that looked really good around the top of the racetrack.
I think this could be a battle between Reddick and Larson today.
Has to go to the rear. William Byron.
That doesn't mean I'm not counting out Bell either.
And all the way back, let your eyes walk through the field. Austin Cindric. It was a tough day in qualifying for the Penske Fords, and Austin is way back there as well. So watch for those guys to work their way through the field. Marty, there are stories everywhere. We're getting spoiled here in the playoffs.
Yeah, including back in 20th. I talked to Jonathan Hassler, the crew chief for Ryan
Said,
Blaney.
I'm a little worried about our starting spot, but apparently they got a long-run car.
They have a top 5 car and could potentially contend for the win today. Blaney
They're gonna have
used the
to.
same stretch of races to push him towards the championship last year when he finished second at Miami and won Martinsville in back-to-back weeks. So Dave, could Blaney use these same 2 races to earn another shot at the title this year?
Marty, you see that teal-colored number 11 on the outside of row 2.
Of course, Martin Truex running that
After last week at Vegas, finishing 8th,
throwback scheme to his title season in 17.
27 points below the cut line.
Only 3 full-time races left in his Cup career.
Practice and qualifying went very well. There's Denny's car.
And of course, I've got to mention it as well, the Kyle Busch streak. 3 races left in the season.
William Byron is on a hot streak of 4 straight top 4 finishes. So I asked crew chief Rudy Fugel what that says about the team, and he said, well, there are 4 spots for drivers in the championship race, so it shows we are a championship caliber team. They're going to have a little bit of an uphill battle, though, to start the race because William was too tight in qualifying, starts 25th, but the team was very happy with the car in practice and thinks they will be competing for the win later. But to do that,
we'll see.
Everybody's got to get through the pole sitter, Marty. That's Tyler Reddick.
Yeah, let's chat with his crew chief, Billy Scott. And when you and I talked yesterday, Billy, you told me, hey, we know what we have to do. We have to win one of these 2 races to have a shot at the title. So what's the confidence level that you can pull it off? And do you feel like it has to happen today here in Miami?
Well, we'll focus on today first because we're here, and yeah, yesterday couldn't have gone any better. So getting a start up front, having #1 pit stall, and having the speed we had yesterday, it's our best chance to do it. So that's what we're focused on.
So let me ask you about that #1 pit stall. How advantageous is this #1 stall, and where will that help you during the race?
Yeah, especially under yellow. So just help us maintain control of it. We know how tough it is here to pass, and we know everybody we're racing is
it's
gonna
time.
Be, up there all day battling with us. So take any advantage you can get.
Lee, you might notice there's an empty seat right behind Billy Scott. That's because that seat belongs to co-owner Michael Jordan, who's on the wall for the start of this race. He loves to sit and watch things happen as the field goes into turn 1 after the green flag.
That's cool.
Passion and enthusiasm and support for his team and his drivers.
It amazes me how much Michael has gotten into it. You know, I love to see it.
Fully pumped,
He wants to be a part of
see
this.
if
He
his
loves
team
it.
can race his way to victory lane and into the championship 4. Now, something a little special earlier today, Verizon Frontline is the advanced network and technology for first responders. That's why Verizon is recognizing the service and bravery of local first responders with an honorary lap, as I said earlier today. Taking the track are members of the Homestead Air Force Base, Baptist Health,
You're talking KB, yeah. Kyle's won here twice.
Homestead Police, Fire,
Both times
EMT,
were
Miami
championship
Dade
clinching
Police, Fire,
wins,
and EMT.
basically.
American Medical Response, that's AMR. You always hear us talk about the AMR safety team, and the Florida Highway Patrol, and many more. That's a really special moment of significance. Working our way quietly towards the green flag. Ready to go in this second round of the round of 8. Let's check in one more time with Marty.
Lee, when you mentioned this track at Homestead Miami Speedway, people automatically think Kyle Larson is one of the favorites, and he is very aggressive and willing to push the envelope in that risk-reward category that we talked about by running right against the wall. In fact, earlier this weekend in the media center, Larson said, the best part about my style is I'm aggressive. The worst part about my driving style is that I'm aggressive. Can Larson keep it clean and have a nice race here at Miami and get another win in advance?
We're about ready to find out.
Marty, another reminder of the value of winning last week at Las Vegas. His team now has 3 weeks to prepare for the championship race in Phoenix, which he's now qualified for. And that came to a head yesterday when he had power steering issues in practice. They had to change that out. It forced him to start in the rear, but it's a no-problem situation for them. They are playing with house money, if you want to use a cliche. They love racing here today, and Joey said, it's all in front of me now. Kim?
Well, Dave, minus 53 points. That's where Chase Elliott and his number 9 Hendrick team enter today's race, but the team is in no way discouraged. If anything, their points position is motivating and puts them in a great spot to take risks that other playoff teams cannot. Crew Chief Alan Gustafson told me they consider themselves to be in a must-win situation, and he said because they aren't necessarily chasing points, it keeps them from overthinking certain situations. They've got one goal today, It's fine victory lane.
You may remember last week in Las Vegas, Ryan Blaney, the reigning Series Cup champion, followed his teammate Joey Logano home. He kind of shadowed him, protected him to the checkered flag. Well, today it's all about Blaney trying to race his way back through this field and in to the championship 4. Can it be done? Let's listen to the pre-race pep talk.
All right, everybody, have a good day. Stroll here last year. Well, then last week followed you just to step up a little bit sooner. So I'll do the best I can for you out here. Try to keep the right side clean enough. You guys have a good day on pit road. So good luck, guys.
Yeah. They were the ones that stretched it.
Keep the right side clean enough. He's going to be against the wall at some point because that's where the
Everybody else had that same opportunity, but they elected to come and get tires instead.
Are a great opportunity to get spots, but if you're not careful, you can.
I could see him returning the favor, Bumble, if the opportunity came up, because Penske would want to get both cars in, if possible. So, if the opportunity presented itself, I'm sure Joey would return the favor. I mean, the only reason Ryan was in that opportunity was because of the wreck. All right.
Great start, Tyler Reddick. Left Larson behind, and Bell took full advantage of that.
Ooh, is that Bubba way up there?
Now Larson responds. Look at that blue and white.
4 wide. Truex up there on the high lane too. Stenhouse had a good. I didn't realize that, but Stenhouse had a good qualifying run. There goes the 7. Oh, Chase and Bowman barely got through that. Excuse me, that was yeah. I don't know if I said it wrong, but yeah, that was Haley in the 7.
And he's gone around on the opening lap. And amazing, I didn't see contact from any other cars once he started spinning.
We talked about restarts being an opportunity to gain spots. You have to be aggressive.
I think it was between Stenhouse and Haley. I think Haley just chops down on Stenhouse. Yeah. I mean, Stenhouse had his nose there, and I don't know why Haley just turned down across. He basically turned down across Stenhouse's nose.
Everybody else.
Great job. Watch this. He just turns down on Stenhouse. There was not an opening there. Just pushing the issue too hard, trying to get the bottom of the racetrack.
That's how I look at it. I don't know if the 7 thought his moment.
That was almost disastrous for at least 2 of the Hendrick cars because they were right there in front of the spinning Justin Haley, Chase, and Alex.
But this is what happens at a racetrack where the grooves are very non-defined. You can enter low, exit high, enter high, exit low. And a miscommunication between 2 drivers sent the 7 spinning.
Kozlowski got a piece of the grass. There was somebody else that I didn't see the number in front of Kozlowski that got a piece of the grass too.
And he wasn't down there, or he just thought he was clear. Remember, this is only, he just started driving this car. His 4th race in this car. It could be a little
Couldn't quite see who that car was.
Oh,
that's the 4. That's Briscoe.
Differently rather, and a new spotter combination. So, but that right there to me is mostly on Haley, driver of the 7.
No, that was not on Stenhouse. That was Haley chopping down on him, Jacob. That was 100% on Haley.
That everybody missed Haley, Steve.
Unbelievable. I can only imagine what Chase Elliott was thinking as that car turned sideways after the wreck a week ago, kind of stacked up off turn 4 with Truex and Reddick. Here he is, lap 1.
I don't know how he thought he was clear. I mean, he basically cuts across the nose of the 47.
Nice job by the 48 as well.
He must have thought he was clear. I don't know if the spotter thought he was clear.
Slow down as much.
Good job, Chase Briscoe and Brad Keselowski.
And no obvious damage through the field. It'll be interesting to see if anybody has any contact, nose to tail, where they feel like they've done anything.
That's as lucky as you can get in an incident, though, because there wasn't even really any damage to the 7 car as it is. So everybody got out of that a lot better than what it could have been.
You need an adjustment?
I just think I got clips on the left rear, my fault.
Yeah, it's like it was going to be clear quick, and then he squirted the entry, but he was still there a little bit. All good, man. We'll focus forward.
I like that. Crew Chief Ryan Sparks, I hear you. I don't stir the pot to say, yeah, he just wrecked you, because that's not how he started. I thought that was a very accurate description. you know, a little shaded towards your own driver. You don't want to take his, you know, confidence away, but nice job of, hey, it's behind us, let's move forward.
Nice job is apt for what everybody else did, avoiding the spinning Justin Haley on the opening lap here in Miami.
Timeout!
Listen up, get tight.
This is the most important timeout I've ever called.
Things are getting out of control out there.
And we need to regroup.
Hate.
Hate. Hate is winning out there.
Not on these fields.
In our communities. On our streets. In our schools. And we need to stop it.
So let's take this moment
To change the momentum.
and call a timeout.
On hate. Together. Together.
No, that's on Haley. Ricky was running his line. Haley cut across his nose.
The Porsche 963.
There's no other. You could try to stretch the blame to. You can try to stretch the blame to Stenhouse all you want, but no, that's on Haley. Haley cut across his nose.
In the 23rd hour of the 24 hours of Le Mans.
Yeah, CJ. Justin Haley cut across the nose of the 47. Thought he was clear. He had to run and thought he was clear enough, but he came across his nose and
Where you're born is only the start.
spun out.
Nearly 1 million customers have mailed and shipped with Stamps.com.
He was running his line. Yeah, there's no way you can stretch that to be Stenhouse's fault.
You never paid full price for
That was Haley thinking that he was clear and he wasn't clear.
USPS and UPS.
But that's again, Bumble, you're basically backing up what I said, which is I can't believe everybody, including Haley and Stenhouse, got out of that with very minimal damage.
Go to Stamps.com
So
and get started today.
I can't say I'm surprised, or I can't say that I'm. I gotta say I'm surprised by that. Is what I'm trying to say.
Get his little puppy diploma. How much have I been spending on this little guy?
Spend, save, and plan smarter with Erica from Bank of America.
We've come a long way together.
How'd the 8 car get
From dirt
damaged?
tracks to super speedways and every track in between.
Why chop down somebody's nose?
Pushing boundaries.
You know, you could have made sure more you were clear. Why'd Haley need to move down?
We've come a long way, but there's still a lot more road to run. Goodyear, the official tire of NASCAR.
Valvoline Restore and Protect. A first-of-its-kind innovation that returns pistons to factory clean by removing up to 100% of the
Yeah,
rust.
he still chopped
Restore
across his
your engine
nose.
to perform like new.
He still chopped across his nose. You could shape it any which way you want. He chopped across Stenhouse's nose.
Yellow, we mentioned stack ups. Here it is, the 7 of Justin Haley spun around into turn.
It's still on Stenhouse. Or still on Haley. There's 100%.
Gets damaged. We spin it forward a little bit more right here. The 21 of Harrison Burton also damaged. We'll have to see how those cars run for the rest of the race. Long racing left to go.
Ooh, Bell actually was a little bit better as far as
In the books here, Tyler Reddick down low.
keeping up with Reddick on that restart.
Toyota, Kyle Larson up high, and Martin Truex Jr. in the mix as well.
Bell trying to see if he can get the point.
Let's get through here, and we're already a step ahead. Let's build some racing rhythm here at Homestead Miami Speedway.
They spread out all over this racetrack.
This place. Get positions early. Settle in as Larson.
Larson!
And a big block by Reddick. That's a lot
Great
of progression
block.
for lap 7.
I mean, these guys know they got to be aggressive. I mean, I understand.
Look at this.
Oh, Reddick! Larson! Oh, I thought for a second Larson was going to hook Bell for a minute there. Yeah, got hairy.
He's following his teammate from Joe Gibbs
Man,
Racing.
these guys are racing. These guys are racing.
Already, drivers know they got to get track position. They're willing to risk it early.
Here's Bubba Wallace in that
Bringing up to 14th. Byron in 22nd. I'm trying to keep track of the other playoff guys. Obviously, we can see the ones running at the front, but trying to keep an eye with everybody, too.
Coca-Cola on board. Chase Elliott, let's go for a ride.
Right now, I believe there's only one car outside the top 20 of the playoff guys, and it's Byron. In 21st. Reddick leads, and the battle is on for second right now between Bell and Larson. And how about Bubba? That car fired off real good.
He wants to get up front and join his teammate.
Christopher Bell slid up in front of Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson now trying to get back underneath him. Drives deep into the corner, going to stay on that white line. Trying to carry momentum on the exit of the corner. Cannot do it.
Qualifying yesterday as Michael Jordan watches on.
Yeah, we don't really need to worry about Logano. I know he knows he's in, so it's the one thing he could try to do is
But there's a consensus in the garage area.
the one thing he could try to do is take the win away from somebody,
but ran well in the long run. The question is, in every long run, Jeff, there's a short run, so you can't give up spots. You're going to have to protect early as we're on the right rear spoiler of the 5 of Larson.
Spoiler alert. I'm sorry. Spoiler alert.
That allows him good momentum in the middle of the corner, but then the 20 has good straightaway speed. Larson's going to drive underneath. Going to stay right on that white line, trying to use, there's grip down there right against that line.
I think he's going to be able to slit it. Bell's going to have an opportunity down in 3 to cross him over.
Camry, the winner from a year ago. In fact, you got the last 2 winners fighting it out here. Larson won the year before.
Yeah. Last 2 winners at this racetrack.
Coming to this Straight Talk 400 this week, Tyler Reddick said, I love this track. I've had success here before, and I love going up high, right up against the fence. There's only one problem. There's another guy who's pretty good at it too. His name is Kyle Larson. And look where Larson goes, straight up to the boards.
Reddick trying to pull away a little bit here. You got 0.8 of a second on Larson, but the big battle is for second. Obviously, we see Larson and Bell going at it, but Bubba and Chase are in the mix of that now.
Marty, what you got?
You know, it's interesting, Lee, as Kyle Larson certainly known for running the top of the racetrack, as you mentioned. So is Tyler Reddick, who's in the lead right now. But, Steve, there's an art to running the top of the racetrack. There's also something drivers have to consider, and crew chiefs do as well, tire management. So is there one that's better than the other, Steve, if you want your driver to save a little bit of tire for the end of the run?
So the consensus in the garage is that the bottom or the middle wears the tires more. I can see that.
I believe so, but they have to stop at least once in this stage for fuel. The question is going to be, what do you do? I think you just split it in half. Run 40 laps, split it in half, and
for me, Jeff, sliding a tire is what hurts the tires so much. Whatever lane you run, just find a way to stay just within the grip level.
Yeah, and look, the car setup has a lot to do with it as well, right? The better the car drives, the less...
Well, both 23XI cars look good today. But obviously moved up from his starting spot up to 4th now, and obviously Reddick leading.
Let's go on board with Chase. Let's listen and see how this car is operating.
He lost 2 spots. Because well, actually lost 3 because he was 4th at one point. Stenhouse also dropping spots too. Stenhouse has actually lost more ground than Truex.
The 2020 NASCAR Cup Series champion was in the mix last weekend in Vegas until that crash involving Martin Truex Jr. and this race leader Tyler Reddick. He's never won.
Hamlin kind of ripping the wall there before.
Would do wonders for Chase Elliott's campaign today.
On the bottom right, you see the 24 of William Byron all the way back just outside the 14th position or 15th position, trying to work his way through traffic.
Like I said, right now, the 2 cars on the bottom are the only 2 actually not in a points getting position right now.
You like to work your way through traffic, as you see on the top. The 9 of Elliott.
I'm not really counting Logano because Logano is into the championship 4. We know that. That's stage points ain't gonna affect him. Well, at this point, there's no point in showing them until we get closer to the stage end. Oh, Byron! Byron about cut off Bush's nose there. The little slide job on Kyle. Kyle going to cross him over.
Now he's on this outside lane. He's going to be right against the fence. This is what we talked about before the race.
Hamlin ripping the wall there. Byron again on the wall.
Watch the speed down the straightaway.
And look at the 8 of Kyle Busch leaving him the open lane. A little bit respect for a playoff driver, a little bit just understanding how much faster the 24 will be on corner exit.
And the 24 started 25th, so he's done a nice job of picking up spots right here.
Another driver on the top of your screen, that 11 Mavis Tire aqua color, almost blends in with the wall here at Homestead, Miami. Watch what he does. Lifts early, the 20 gains a little bit, but then Denny back in the gas. He'll have a huge run off the corner.
11 gaining time too.
Committed to the wall in 3 and 4. Now 1 and 2, Jeff, he moves around a little more, but at 3 and 4, it's been on the wall most of the day.
Denny is the driver 1 position below the cut line. Coming into this,
Bubba got loose.
And caught Denny. He almost, you know, Denny was going to avoid the 23. The 23 went up. That cost the 11 time as well. That was a big moment for both cars.
Wow, that was close. You may have heard Denny on his own podcast earlier this week just say, look, frankly, I'm surprised that we're even still in the playoffs, but I'm going to run with it.
Watch how loose he is right here. That is, if from inside the race car, you feel like you are almost wrecked. I mean, he did a great job of saving it. Denny Hamlin, this is what he saw. He's like, oh, no.
Yeah, they just back in caught.
Steve, he just trying to get slowed down to miss the wreck, and when he did that, the car just went right.
Points as they run.
That 23 car was going around.
And he was saying, oh no, that's one of my cars.
Race leader right now is Reddick. That's why you don't see Reddick on there.
As well as my own campaign. Tyler Reddick.
Again, Elliott Blaney pretty much, at this point in the race, are almost a full race out.
In Cup competition. Here's Martin Truex on the inside.
Again, I think the most points you can gain in a race is roughly 60. So Elliott almost out of it. Yeah, I would say they're must-win right now. Hamlin and Byron are still. Hamlin's close, but.
There's no doubt about that. 49 races.
And again, right now, this is as Reddick is leading the race.
You've heard about the 3
Assuming Reddick were to win the race, this is what the points would look like.
Ripping the boards, running the fence, taking the high line here at home.
Without stage points awarded yet, either.
Themselves say about it.
The advantage of running the wall is I can go really fast. It's about building confidence, sitting right there and knowing the margin.
Reddick's leading. That's why they're not showing him on there, because he's leading, so the leader automatically is shown as being if they were to win. So.
Yeah, Reddick and I don't know. We're just really comfortable, I guess, with that feel and just how it probably looks out the windshield.
Two of the very best at going against the wall.
We both grew up racing the same exact stuff, so maybe that has something to do with it too.
You like watching things get broken? Like barriers, glass ceilings, and records? Then this playoff season, we're looking for you.
Join us at Toyota Racing. The first thing you think of when you see a pickup.
Oh yeah. For my fantasy, I couldn't take Reddick because the way we do it, if a driver wins in the the half of the year, whether first half or second half, you can't take them the rest of that half. So I couldn't take Reddick, otherwise I would have picked him today. Because I had him for Michigan.
With so much great entertainment.
So I took Larson, the next best bet, Larson.
Wouldn't it be easier if you could find what you want all in one place?
My favorites.
I honestly think if neither one has issues, I think those two are the two. I think those two are the battle for the win today.
I'm going to show you the easiest way to make your truck better. It's a no-brainer.
I'm not gonna say that's guaranteed because
underseat storage system keeps your cargo organized.
I mean, we saw what happened in Vegas last week.
Cargo bed. Bump step to guard the rear bumper, no drill mud flaps, and of course cup phone for your phone. Boom, better truck. Hope you were paying attention. Now remember, get all your American-made protection.
I wouldn't count out Bell because Bell again won this race last year, and he dominated Vegas. So I wouldn't count out Bell. Byron's a former winner here, as is Denny Hamlin. Truex is the only one I'm iffy on.
You get your money back.
Truex is the only one I'm iffy on, Sonic. All the other ones are decent picks because they're former winners here.
Some other guy scores first. Second chance.
Reddick not necessarily in the Cup Series yet, but Truex is the only one I'm shaky on because his only win here was
Get the second chance offer from BetMGM.
when he won the title in 17.
When you want bedtime to be a good time.
Good night, sweetheart.
It matters where you stay. Conrad Hotels and Resorts. Hilton for the stay.
'81-degree day here in southern Florida.
Well, we're gonna have to see who's best on tire management then too.
Too hot though. It's kind of nice.
I know there's some guys that are better at it than others. I know Denny Hamlin's one of the better ones at it. Larson not so much. So definitely be something to keep an eye on if it comes into play.
Put it on your list, and if it's been a few years, you can't believe how this city is ever evolving and changing. It is a real hotspot as we welcome you back to the Straight Talk 400. This is Tyler Reddick in the Beast Camry for 2311 Racing. The Xfinity Mobile gives
So
you
right
this
now,
of the race leader who's been out in front for 26 laps.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 of the top 10 are the playoff guys. The only 2 guys not in the top 10 are the one that's already locked into the championship for, Joey Logano, and the man on the bubble coming into today, William Byron.
This 28-year-old Californian,
But this is why it's going to be tough to gain points. And you have 6 of the top 10 right now are playoff guys. It's going to be tough to gain points. This is why I'm saying at this point, if you're Elliott, if you're Blaney, you have to win. There's no, I don't see a way they point their way in if there's no issues from anybody else.
This is what happened to Tyler Reddick. He said that he had done so much simulator work at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, he knew this was going to happen. He'd done this in the virtual world. He'd done this in the simulated world, so he said it didn't freak him out, Steve.
I'm not sure that makes me feel more comfortable about tumbling down the front stretch. Yeah, a lot was made about the move. I liked it. I didn't think it was overly aggressive. I think that's what's required to fill those holes. Like, you know, it's easy.
Well, we're getting to the point in this race, personally, I would want to see these guys start thinking about pitting here in about the next 10 laps. Split the stage in half.
Incredible
40 laps, 40 laps.
And he is the lead Ford driver. Reigning series champion. He needs a day of sweetness and light.
Well, they definitely have the long run car. Started 20th today, up to P8 and gaining.
Easily clears the 48, has a run on the 20. He'll back off, let the 20 get away on corner entry. The 20 will give him the top, which Blaney's probably very excited about.
Loves that. Gives him clean air, puts him where he wants to be.
I'm going to get a great run here. Catch Bell. Going to try to get the move into 1.
Going to easily pass Christopher Bell here.
Just
so
to put this
there
into
ahead.
perspective, folks, Christopher Bell started on the 2nd row. Ryan Blaney started on the 10th row. That Menards Ford is flying.
Had a conversation with
If this race stays green, we might be looking out for that 12 car.
Just one single lap, but long run speed. I love my race car. We have a car that can compete today.
I think this 12 car could be a car to watch.
Can they find that speed to be able to take off?
Again, they finished runner-up in this race last year. And I remember Blaney was so disappointed, believing like they gave one away here last year. Byron's in. Not surprising. I said it. I said we were getting close right around that time where we would see the first round of stops. Probably a one-stop stage. Reddick and Elliott in.
Including the race leader. Here comes Tyler Reddick. Here comes Chase Elliott.
And you can't have any mistakes on pit road too, especially if we have green flag. You know, things stay green. You can't have mistakes on pit road either.
Let's talk Elliott. Here's Kim.
Blaney, Hamlin in. I think they said that, but I'll reinstate it. Ooh, Suarez and Elliott almost. Almost contact there.
The car is leader 45 Tyler Reddick on pit road now, getting 4 Goodyear tires and fuel. No changes in the car now.
A little slower stop though for Reddick's bunch. Larson's in.
Here comes Kyle Larson, Marty. He's headed your way.
Yeah, it's interestingly these teams going on the early side of the window. You would think maybe with the early caution they would split it more in half. But pitting here at lap 34, they asked Kyle Larson a moment ago. Said, "You want any changes to the car?" His only comment, "Not really. Pretty happy with the 5 car." Meanwhile, Christopher Bell, who said, "Quote."
Actually, I think the only playoff guy that hasn't pitted yet is Logano. But again, Logano in due to the win.
In your driver dictionary, what do grease plates on the front tires mean?
So he's there, but I'm not really going to so much talk about him.
But that's a new one for me.
No, that's probably a graphic fail. Final.
Driver seems to have his own vernacular, but that
5 might get the lead out of this. Reddick's stop was a little slower, and Chase had to check up a little bit because of Suarez. Yeah.
No speed limit on this access road. Run as hard as you
I wouldn't be surprised if Larson ends up with the lead here.
Go by in a flash. Up front.
He definitely got around Reddick.
Both Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson. Chase Elliott came the same lap as the 45 and just was more efficient. Larson a lap later, which should absolutely not jump a guy on pit road. So the 45 of Reddick, combination of pit entry, pit stop, pit exit, not as good as both of the Hendrick cars.
And even with that being said, Steve, check this out. Look at this replay of Chase Elliott leaving his pit box, and watch Daniel Suarez in the foreground. Look at this. Chase has got to jump on the brakes.
Yeah, I don't know how that didn't cost him more time to Larson.
And then away he goes again. But was still good enough to leapfrog the 45.
Yeah, that's good work, though.
I knew he was going to leapfrog Reddick.
He was out there. That's information from his team.
But I don't know how he leapfrogged Larson. If Larson didn't have any mistakes on his stop.
Good work by the team.
Well, Reddick's pit stop over a second slower than those 2 other cars. So there's the answer. But in a week of mistakes a week ago, I know his second off is awful, and we're going to point it out because he lost the lead. But I'd much rather have a little bit slower pit stop than having to come back for loose wheels or having those 20-second pit stops that we saw. So for Reddick's bunch, while it wasn't perfect, that's okay. If that's the worst one you have all day, you're going to be fine.
And we get to watch this fight. The HendrickCars.com view back to Tyler Reddick. Is he faster?
Oh, wow, yeah.
Reddick
Reddick's car definitely looks quicker than Larson's. We'll see.
Let's talk more about Reddick. Here's Dave Burns.
So Steve pointed out the second difference in the pit stops as Reddick.
Meanwhile, this is not at all for the lead right now. Top 8 cars have yet to pit. This is actually 8th, 9th, and 10th.
Yes, that was good. We thought this before. Leave it the box. We'll keep working on the traction side of it, man.
So Tyler was really asking Steve, did I make a mistake? And they said, no, that was fine. But the traction leaving the box, that is an issue.
Yeah, so he's talking about the acceleration out of pit box 1. And remember,
right now, this I think that's 7 of the 8 that are all in the same, within basically 8-9 spots of each other.
It's a big advantage because you are scored instantly at the camera. Under green, you kind of go back.
Elliott, Larson, Reddick, Hamlin, Byron, Blaney, Bell. Yeah, they're literally all within 6 spots of each other. In fact, the only non-playoff guy that's around them is Wallace. Other than that, they're all right there. Joey's running P5, but he hasn't pit yet. The top 8 have yet to pit. I think a couple of them actually stopped under the yellow for the Haley spin.
As we wait for Brad Keselowski, Kyle Busch, Todd Gilliland, Joey Logano, and Austin Cindric to come in and pit. Harrison Burton and Justin Haley, they were forced to pit after that lap 1 incident.
So Steve, the top 7 cars have not pitted. Chase Elliott just ran a 34.15. Keselowski a 35.65. So 2.5 slower staying on the racetrack. What is their strategy? Why are they staying out?
Well, right now they're all gambling for yellow. They're hoping the yellow comes out. They can come do their service. They'll have fresh.
I know we got a long way to go.
Who chooses to stay on the racetrack? But most of the leaders
right now, Chase has got the track position over the 2 of them, but we'll see.
To the cars that pitted, that when they do pit, they're going to lose a lap. The only advantage, fresher tires when they rejoin the racetrack. But when you get towards this group of cars, it's kind of racing laps. These guys are hoping
Got
to get a car
225 laps to go.
And Lee, they're talking about bringing him in. They talked about it last lap, so you may see the 6 right away. You do see Kyle Busch on pit road. That car decent on the first run, as well as the 22 Joey Logano. Remember, started at the back of the pack. They want to try something different if they could, but they just can't stay out any longer on these tires as they wear and get the car slower. Here comes Brad Keselowski now. Let's see.
Hands the lead to David Gillen, or Todd Gillen. Or say David. Todd Gillen.
These guys are really just playing the math with that early yellow. This will give the same amount of green flag laps on both sets of tires. We'll just have to see, you know, which works as we get a good view leaving pit lane from the consumer cellular cam and the rear bumper of Brad Keselowski.
If you may have noticed on the order, the race order, after stopping 1 lap earlier than everybody else, William Byron and that 2014 continue their amazing run. 25th. Here's Byron and Blaney, 25th to 8th.
Look at both Byron and Blaney. Both started back at the 20s. And here they are sitting,
is in good form today.
what effectively is going to be 7th and 8th.
For Ryan Blaney, these
the
two
cycles.
guys have made so much progress.
They have to be ecstatic with the start of this race. Just ecstatic. First of all, they missed the wrap. You know,
Well, look at it this way.
when they were running, they easily got
Literally
up, even
every
the car spinning, but
one of the championship 8 or of the 8 cars, with the exception of Logano, who's blocked the Phoenix, so stage points don't matter to him. Are all in the stage point position. All of them are in the top 10.
The NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. This is the Straight Talk 400.
The Porsche 963. Technically, it was born in Germany, but it was made in France in 1970. Shaped in the corkscrew at Laguna Seca. Raised in the bus stop at Daytona. Made in the 23rd hour of the 24 Hours of Le Mans. Defined in the epic comebacks and christened in the mythical moments. So yeah, like every Porsche race car, the 963 was born in Germany. But where you're born is only the start.
When's the last time I used that thing? When did it become a clothes rack? Did the clothes rack get more expensive?
Spend, save, and plan smarter with Erica.
That he has.
We've come a long way together. From dirt tracks to super speedways and every track in between. Never backing down, pushing boundaries, and giving it everything we've got. Yeah, we've come a long way, but there's still a lot more road to run. Goodyear, the official tire of NASCAR.
Valvoline Restore and Protect. A first-of-its-kind innovation that returns pistons to factory clean by removing up to 100% of deposits. Restore your engine to
Well, he pitted the same lap Reddick did, and Reddick had a little bit of a slower stop, so that's where he made the time to Reddick. I'm surprised he made the time up on Larson if Larson didn't have a
They changed. In the beginning, I got gifts like a
didn't have
So I switched up and got me a new phone carrier.
Don't put up with wireless yada yada. Now with Metro Flex, new and existing customers are treated the same. Free 5G phones when you join, same deals as new customers when you stay. Only at Metro.
Any NBA play can inspire your next hunch. And with 3 months of NBA League Pass from FanDuel, you're about to get a whole lot more inspiration. So if you think they're going to rock the rim right out of the gates, or you want to RSVP to the block party.
There he is. Yes, sir.
Or you think it's going to start raining threes. Let's go! FanDuel has more ways to bet on players so you can make your hunches happen. Right now, new customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. Plus, all customers get 3 months of NBA League Pass on us. FanDuel, America's #1 sports book.
Itch. Uh-oh.
Caution for the second time today, and the reason why is that car on your screen. The 5 of Kyle Larson, and here's what went down, or what went up.
Yeah, leading the 45 runs in. About
Larson get the wall here? Or Lewis spin it?
The right tire goes down before he hits the wall. Right there.
Yeah, tire went down.
Dust out the back of the car, and then the back kind of gets
Tire went down, he
contact
clipped the
with
wall, and we're under yellow.
He had a flat right rear tire. I wasn't sure if it was wall contact that created the flat. I believe It's a flat tire that created wall contact.
I agree 100%, and I'm going to tell you something else. It's a good thing he was next to the wall when that happened. If he's 6 or 7 car widths away from the wall,
it's Atlanta,
and that tire blows, and he goes up and hits the wall big. Instead, he's already up against it. It kind of goes up there and kisses the wall. Should not be big damage there.
Interestingly enough, you know, rear tire.
I'm not airing on kick. I do have it, but again, I don't have it airing right now.
Under yellow, and here's the reason for the yellow. The carcass of the tire comes off basically on pit road entry.
I'd say the biggest concern for the 5 car right now is what kind of damage is done to the underbody of that car with the right rear flat. Is it damaged the underbody and therefore damage the downforce on the car?
Well, then again, we saw him have the issues at Vegas last week.
Question Cliff Daniels would love to know. It was that
and they battled back home, so.
Cliff Daniels speculating that he thinks it might have been a slow leak, much like Christopher Bell had in practice yesterday for the Cup Series. That might have happened to Kyle Larson as well, but he said the tire did indeed go before he hit the wall for sure. The one good piece of news, Steve, is that Kyle Larson said he does not think that his steering is that far off, so the car is still tracking correctly. And Jesse Saunders, the car chief, yes, just gave the thumbs up that it is tracking correctly by his calculations right now. They had a situation like this last weekend at Las Vegas. Cliff Daniels spent a lot of time with the pit crew this week walking through these scenarios of what to happen in case something like this happens, but I don't think anyone expected it to happen this early here at Miami.
They're taking their time because the field is down in between turns 3 and 4. Now they release the HendrickCars.com Chevy to get out and catch the field.
Field back to pit road.
Plenty of takers. Pit road's about to get super busy. Kim Coon standing by. Here they come, Kimmy.
Yeah, leader Chase Elliott leading down pit road. Chase saying, I don't need anything right now. It is turning better than it did yesterday, so they will just take a clean 4 fresh Goodyear tires, Sunoco fuel, Marty.
Kim, you want to know how good Ryan Blaney's car is? If you know about how much he talks on the radio, his only comment today, we're pretty good right here. That car is awfully quick, Dave.
So we have a good stop here. I'll say 8.1 seconds on the stop.
They told him to be gentle, exiting.
I think they're going to beat Bell off.
See if he can get the wheel spin down just a little bit.
Reddick might be third.
Let's have a look at some key numbers, Dave.
Yeah, third.
Made some progress.
Bo lost up 2 spots.
Nice. Nothing.
Blaney took 4. I don't know why that graphic is showing 2. We literally just saw the stop that they took 4.
Blaney grabbed another spot as well. NBC Sports coverage of NASCAR is brought to you by
We'll re-rack them and fire them off again.
Unlimited data for fans of Fast, official partner of NASCAR. Credit One Bank, NASCAR American Express card. Toyota, let's go places. And by Progressive. Save when you bundle motorcycle, RV, and boat insurance. Visit progressive.com.
That's my line. There's no place like Target to shop everything wicked.
If the first thing you think of when you see a pickup truck is this kind of hauling, we're looking for you. Join us at Toyota Racing.
Time to move? Make it easy with Open Door. Sell your home in any season, for any reason. Start your move at opendoor.com.
Everything is fun on a trip to Texas. You could do this. Or try this. It doesn't even matter what you do.
Actually, it does matter.
2 races.
Sports and music.
After today.
This is our trip to Texas.
All about
Go
today.
I like to know what my patients are experiencing.
Stop.
Yeah, I knew that, Cody. I knew that.
Into my madness. Are you with me or not?
Brilliant Minds, Monday on NBC and Peacock.
They made that announcement a while ago too. Unless she went into labor is what you mean. Which I'm sure that's probably what you mean. Because that announcement, I knew that months ago.
Xfinity delivers the fastest connection to every NASCAR race. You can enjoy ultra low lap
So you must mean that they
streaming
went
and
into,
wall-to-wall
yeah, it
Wi-Fi
must be that
coverage
you went
from
into
green
labor
flag
then.
to checkered. From the best seat in the house, Xfinity, bring on the good stuff. And we've got plenty of good stuff coming your way here today from the Straight Talk
Cody,
400. The
they
NASCAR
announced it
Cup Series
weeks ago.
Continue. And a reminder,
I knew that months ago.
now you can get charged up during the NASCAR playoffs with a chance to win.
Because I literally brought it up to my mother. It's like, hey, guess who's having a baby? Tony Stewart.
Or visit NASCAR.com.
Yeah, I knew that months
/playoffs
ago.
Promo to enter. And good luck. There's one of the many Ford drivers, Brad Keselowski. Consumer Cellular on board gives us a look inside the number 6. And speaking inside, let's bring in our very own Hall of Famer, DJ Dale Jarrett. What did you make of what you've seen so far, DJ?
Well, kind of what we expected. Drivers searching around to see exactly where they want to go. You know, we talked in the pre-race show about the pressures on the drivers. Then Kyle Larson has something like this to happen. You don't know what your car is going to drive like this. After something like this, you're hoping everything's okay. He's got plenty of time to get back to the front, but it's just added pressure.
Who's caught your eye? Is it Blaney? Is it Byron? Is it Chase Elliott? Who's impressed you in this early stanza?
I'm going with Chase Elliott and Ryan Blaney. Those are the two best
All right.
that I see right now.
Well, we got a couple that stayed out.
Front guys
Looks like 4 cars stayed out. Busch, Logano, Cindric, and Gilliland.
This could be very exciting for Elliott. First car on fresh Goodyears.
Let's see as we go back to green. Let's see the difference it makes. Watch that blue car. And keep your eye on Bubba Wallace as well. The bright red McDonald's machine in the middle.
Look at Bubba going. He wants to lead. He takes it.
Chase Elliott says if there's room, I'm going to the top.
Bubba to the point. Was that Bubba's radio? Whose radio was that? Damn.
Remember this, that's only 4 lap pressure tires. That's why you
See
have
ya.
tires for the end of the race.
And here comes William Byron. Look at that Valvoline Chevy. Byron has had an outstanding day. Byron and Blaney. There's Ryan. That
Yeah.
Dayglow yellow Menards.
Up to P4. Reddick to P2.
On the high line of William Byron.
Look at those 23 XI cars go.
Trying to get by Logano. An over 11-second pit stop for the 11 teams. So pit stop woes continue for the Joe Gibbs Racing car.
Those teams that staying out on older tires, they did not think they were going to keep the lead. What they're hoping to do is just net out better. Where were they running before they pitted, and where they're going to be running when this
Right now with Larson's issue, you see what that did to the point standings.
For the Larson fans,
And with Bubba Wallace leading the race, the non-playoff car leading the race.
but in traffic, we're just really not going to know the performance of this 5. I have a feeling he's going to let us know over the radio here in the next 10 or 20 laps.
Tell you what, good run from Josh Berry in the 4. Keep your eye on that. Meanwhile,
Battle for the lead. Here comes the 45. Reddick trying to take the point back.
Wallace up high up against the wall.
Oh, good team.
He does.
Wallace gave his old buddy Tyler Reddick a spot on corner exit.
A little bump down the straightaway.
And I'm okay with that. You know, I don't want to see a teammate give up a spot to win the race or give up a spot in the closing laps. But Tyler Reddick is faster. Bubba Wallace knows it. So he cuts him a little break in the corner exit.
Yeah. How quick can the 9 be?
Here comes the 12 and the 20.
Ryan Blaney runs 4th. Again, he started.
Nice recovery, boys. Let's keep it up. Got a chance today.
The best Ford after
Would love to see both Penske cars in the championship four, to be honest.
Blaney was the lead of the 3 Penske Fords in 20th.
Realistically, you know, I know we have to win to make it, but
It was a rough day in qualifying yesterday. But Sunday,
love to see them both in it.
a whole lot better. Here's Elliott on the inside.
Elliott on the inside up top. Larson on the bottom of your screen moves up into the 29th position.
Larson trying to gain back
His way back through the field.
where he was. Ooh, Chase. It was really risky. I think he tried to slide job the 23, but didn't have enough on him.
Jesse Saunders, the car chief, dove underneath the car and gave a thumbs up to Cliff Daniels. He said the diffuser is intact, the underneath of the car is intact. Kyle Larson came in with a 35-point cushion to Miami. We'll see if he can hang on to that. But so far, from what they can tell on pit road, it looks fine. But Steve, you made a great point. Cliff Daniels said, keep us posted on how it actually runs once you get up to speed.
Well, the right front of the 5 car was almost
well, we'll see.
With the contact with Harrison Burton on corner exit. It was very, very close. Harrison was about a half a lane down trying to figure out what he was going to do with the 2 of Cindric. And the 5 basically cleared himself 1 lane up. I don't think there was ill will between them, but a little miscommunication, but it was close to the end of the day for both of them.
Tell you what, for the second week in a row, Kyle Larson is playing the catch-up game, and he did an outstanding job last week to come home 11th in Vegas.
And we still have not reached the end of the first stage, so a lot of racing left still. Over 200 laps remain in the race, so and remember this race last year and how it played out. Oh, remember last week and how it played out. You never know.
Assessment of is our car damaged is very difficult back here. So the only thing you can do is focus on what does the car need to do better and just keep making those changes.
Well, and the challenge for Larson is when you look at the rest of the playoff drivers, they're all at the front. Reddick first, Elliott third, Blaney fourth, Bell fifth, Byron. We've said a lot about Blaney. William Byron also starting near the back up to 6th.
Like I said, there's only 2 playoff guys right now outside the top 10. As I said, Logano, who doesn't really matter at this point because he's locked for Phoenix. Stage points ain't going to matter to him. And Larson. Everybody else is up here, up here in the top 10. Really top 7.
It is hand-to-hand combat.
Right now, only Bowman and Wallace are the 2 that are non-playoff guys at the top 10.
On the inside of Kyle Busch, Ricky Stenhouse in that bright purple and gold 47 up high.
Thought we were going to see more out of Stenhouse today. Great qualifying run, and that wasn't a fluke. He was decent in practice. Currently 24th. A lot of racing to go, so we'll just see how that.
I mean, I said top. Well, I was going to say top 8 spots, and Hamlin just lost 2 spots, but. Now I can include Barry and Hocevar because Hamlin's dropped further back in the top 10.
Got him into the top 10 for just the 2nd time in a long time.
See Chase Elliott trying to make this pass on Bubba Wallace. As long as Bubba can make that top lane work, it's going to be hard for Chase Elliott to make this pass. The best opportunity is down here in 1 and 2. There's more grip on the bottom in the middle of 1 and 2 than it is in that same place in a racetrack in 3 and 4. You almost got to just work 3 and 4 for positioning. Leave turn 4 on the bumper. That's what he's trying to do right here. See, he's not running toward the bottom. What he's trying to do is just get some momentum. If he can get momentum and leave.
Bubba's car is okay. It seems like his fire's off good. It's just, I think as the long run goes, I think Blaney's the best of the 3. Elliott, I think, is better than Wallace, but you know that's why it's a race. You know, you can't. They're not gonna lay over for you. Unless maybe your teammate, like he did with Reddick. When he knew he was quick, Reddick was quicker.
Isn't it crazy that the
right now, yeah, you could say he's playing a little defense maybe for his teammate.
Reddick, Elliott, and Blaney came into this race all below the cut line. They're all going for the kill. They're all going for the win.
Yeah, long way still to go in this race.
This isn't just a race.
We still have 200 laps to go.
Physics,
Battle for 3rd.
Machine learning. And this is our lab where we're testing more than our cars. We're testing ourselves. Because what we learn here helps push us forward out there. From the track to the street, Chevy's got you.
I like where our car is, but I don't like the position right now. Him trying to take the spot from Elliott, trying not to give up time to that.
How do I fix the turbo
20.
5000? With Einstein AI, everyone's an Einstein.
Thank you so much.
I think Reddick's going to get the stage.
Einstein, summarize call.
He's going to help sit his situation out.
Einstein, write product descriptions for the spring collection.
Now,
You lose a lap, Ronco. You'd lose a lap if you pit here and took 4 tires.
A first-of-its-kind innovation that returns pistons to factory clean by removing up to 100% of deposits. Restore your engine to perform like new.
Well, to be fair, Cody, Bubba isn't actually his real name either. So, I don't understand where the name Bubbles came from anyway, myself. I've only heard a few people call him that, and even then, I don't even know why they call him that.
Ooh, and honey teriyaki too.
Ooh, good note. Have your people call my people.
Introducing Traveler Whiskey from Buffalo.
Well, they definitely have a long run car, Bumble.
Traveler's been tasted.
It's like a middle to a long run car. I don't know if they're that great on a short run, but
Premium whiskey. This speaks for itself. Traveler is made to be enjoyed exactly how you like it. Neat, on the rocks, or in your favorite cocktail. Traveler Whiskey. Easy to drink, hard not to love.
Greetings from Daytona, where a band of dreamers took a strip of beach and turned it into a proving ground. The Great American Race, where year after year, greatness is the destination. So book your experience and soak in 500 miles of history and tradition. Once you arrive, you'll never look back. Secure your seats now at Daytona500.com.
hey, at least I found the stream this time that has the side-by-side. At least I don't have to worry about that, hey guys?
Camera and radio broadcast, and you can upgrade to premium for full access to driver audio channels and a completely ad-free experience. Search NASCAR in your app store to download and start a free.
That's a cool helmet. I think that's.
As we welcome you back, we're on board the freeway.com onboard of Daniel Suarez.
I was gonna say, I thought that was Suarez's car.
An authorized gaming operator of NASCAR, and this week new customers can bet $5 Stevie and pocket $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the app and use the promo code SPEED when you sign up. DraftKings Sportsbook.
But that I don't get that. The guy leading the race, if those are live odds, should have the best odds. So why is the guy not leading the race have the best odds if you're looking at live odds? I don't understand that one.
All the way in the back, 5.5 times your money. I'm going to tell you, I said it at the beginning, I'll say it again. 14-1 for Truex. I know he hasn't been great, but that looks pretty good.
It's Daryl, isn't it?
He runs 10th. What about Denny Hamlin? He's ninth, and you get plus
William,
650.
I didn't know his first name was William.
There he is right there. Plus 650, but you need Denny Hamlin's car to work more than just the upper lane because he could run the wall and do something magical up here, but then when he runs into somebody like he has right now with the 48 out front, he just can't get off the wall to make the pass. He keeps sneaking down the banking, but hard to make passes going forward, Jeff.
Yeah, that's what's so difficult about this racetrack. If somebody gets that top working, it's hard to get by him. And again, this is the end of the racetrack. There's more flexibility.
This is a legitimate run and a legitimate position for the Rookie of the Year points leader in that yellow and black Chevy.
Carson Hocevar trying to get to the top 5.
Now runs 5th. Wow.
Talk about a spoiler in the playoffs.
Run, Dave Burns.
Lee, when we checked in with his crew chief, Luke Lambert, this morning, he said, we absolutely believe
second highest running non-playoff car behind Bubba. Runs second.
He says, I take it as a very high responsibility on me to help him get here.
Yeah, that is legit speed you're seeing.
Already in the lower ranks of NASCAR, and now in the Cup Series, doing it for Spire.
He won here in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. He loves this track, and he's going door-to-door with Christopher Bell.
That was a great move. What he just did over in 1 and 2 was he just simply overthrew
points
the
as they run.
He carried so much speed
Reddick the leader.
Slid up in front of the 20 of Bell, almost hit the wall, checked up, had to slow down. Bell was faster, but then the 77 of Hocevar had the preferred lane. That is how you make passes in today's NASCAR, and he performed it perfectly.
And you know, the interesting thing to that point, Jeff, is that prior to this weekend, he had said, look, I know this place really well in a truck. I'm not sure where the preferred lane will be in this modern era, this next-gen Cup car. Well, I think he's pretty quickly worked it out.
He's learning quickly, and heard the report about his crew chief, Luke Lambert. Luke's one of the brightest young minds, I think, in this sport.
How about the race leader?
Laps wind down here in the stage.
to
There's
Tyler
the leader.
Dave, who has led 52 laps today so far.
And with the stage break coming, you know they'll be coming to pit road again, and that has been a problem for Tyler Reddick today. Not getting into his pit box, not service from the pit crew, but leaving the pit box. They're trying to give him more traction. They have sprayed sticky stuff, and they are working it in as best they can. They checked with the crew chief, Billy Scott. Billy said, this has happened to us before here at this track. There's not a lot we can do. We just have to try to manage it. But boy, guys, he can't afford to be losing spots every time he comes down pit road.
It's frustrating. I don't have pit stall 1 is a big issue here. In Las Vegas, it really is pretty slippery. Obviously, they're continuing to work on it, but I'm with Billy Scott.
I think anytime you have a first-time Cup winner, it's reason to celebrate.
Getting that pit stall 1 would be an advantage, but if they can't get this traction figured out, it definitely will be a disadvantage as we see William Byron all the way to the rear bumper at the 11 of Hamlin.
This is the fight for 7th place. Inside 4 to go. Let's make it 3 to go.
3 to go in the stage. Again, every
the second race in the round of 8.
Basically 6 of the 8 in the top 10 in the running order.
For the championship finale.
Solid run for the 11 car.
Only Joey Logano and Kyle Larson are not in the top 10.
The question is it enough? 27 points coming to this race behind the cutoff. Can he have 2 good races and get it done, or does he need to win one of these?
Yeah, I don't think Good's going to do it.
The battle is on for second.
Right? Because that puts Reddick in as a leader.
I don't think it's going to be much of a battle because we only have 2 laps to go in the stage.
Well, that's what makes this so complicated.
Much as I would like to see Ryan get chased before the stage end, I don't know if he's going to. Oh, he might. Nah. Yeah, I don't know. He gets a good run there, but Chase gets the momentum off the high side.
We were watching that variation and that manipulation at the Roval when it was so nail-biting between Tyler Reddick and...
Look at Hocevar working the bottom of the racetrack back there, though. He's got that bottom line working.
Alex Bowman and back in, but Tyler Reddick, if you remember back at that Roval, at that highly eventful race, he won stage 1 there, and then went on to have a crazy eventful rest of the afternoon. Then last weekend in Las Vegas,
yeah, I was gonna say,
rollover that we showed you.
Reddick may have to watch this out because he won stage 1 at the Roval, he won stage 1 at Vegas. He's gonna win stage 1 here.
The Toyota Camry, the Beast Toyota Camry.
Hopefully he has an uneventful rest of the race. Reddick wins the stage. Looks like Bubba's gonna get second. Chase is gonna hang on to third over Ryan.
His teammate comes home second. Chase Elliott has been a very productive opening stage. He'll grab third
top
place
5.
points, and Ryan Blaney from 20th to 4th. Carson Hocevar following in that same trend. Hocevar had an awesome first stage as he goes from 15th to 5th. Valuable points for Tyler Reddick. That's what it's all about. It's an eventful start in the Straight Talk 400. You're watching the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs on NBC.
Pretty much gonna run back the same thing, just change this. And change the time now.
Day of racing ahead. Now we've got the GTD start coming. Sebring is away, but this is what we've come to expect and love from the streets of Ohio. Oh, he's off. That's a huge one.
Driver change.
Full course yellow, so safety car. Come on, boys.
This is the start of the race, yeah.
The Porsche 963.
I think you're right, PRK.
Technically, it was born in Germany, but it was made in France, 1970. Shaped in the corkscrew at Laguna Seca. Raised in the bus stop at Daytona. Made in the 23rd hour of the 24 Hours of Le Mans. Defined in the epic comebacks and christened in the mythical moments. So yeah, like every Porsche race car, the 963 was born in Germany. But where you're born is only the start.
When's the last time I used that thing? When did it become a clothes rack? Did the clothes rack get more expensive?
I'm hopeful what we have today. I still think we need a little bit more to get Reddick, but I like where we're at.
We've come a long way.
I think we might be a tick quicker than Chase on the longer run, but
there's still a lot more road to run.
I think we need a little bit more if we're going to get Reddick for the win now.
The official tire of NASCAR.
I think Reddick's got the best car right now.
A first-of-its-kind innovation that returns pistons to factory clean by removing up to 100% of deposits.
I gotta stay
Restore your
hopeful.
engine to perform like new.
I know I'm still trying to stay realistic with Blaney, but I gotta stay hopeful, you know.
The thing about favorites is they're only your favorite until a new favorite tells your old favorite to beat it.
I know, we'll see, Shadow.
All new Sonic Smasher. So good, it's about to be your next new favorite.
Yeah, you might be right, Tristan.
I'm not a big fan of change.
When Chase got out there, it seemed like he was able to maintain the point too, so it might be just a matter of getting out front.
People about this.
Well, Bubba got out front with that move, but he wasn't able to hold off. Reddick was able to run him back down, so...
Sonic Smasher. Live free, eat Sonic.
From need the dough to need it now. So many ways to save. Life ready, wallet happy. That's 365 by Whole Foods Market.
In Peacock. NBC Sports coverage of NASCAR is brought to you by Coca-Cola Zero Sugar.
I would expect them all to pit here at the end of the stage, too.
McDonald's. And by National Debt
That
Relief,
next
helping
stage.
you become debt-free. There's a great overview, great look at Miami, downtown, and the port. This place is happening. It's buzzing and continues to grow.
Here they all come.
As do the stories in this Straight Talk 400. Pit road is getting busy. Stage 1 is complete. And let the work
Gotta have a nice solid stop. Can't have any mistakes and get yourself stuck in traffic.
Isn't bad, just down on overall grip. Use up the fronts first, then the rears. No adjustments. More pressure to your tires. Sunoco fuel, Marty.
From 20th to 7 stage points for Ryan Blaney, who says we have speed, but the front end just slides on entry. Meanwhile,
Nice solid stop, guys. Again, 8-3. They're gonna be chasing Bubba out. Can they beat Reddick? I think they will. Attaboy, boys. Attaboy.
How about that? 2 positions.
8.3 stop.
Awesome effort there, but check out
Let's hope we got the tires tight.
Racing and Chris Buescher. He got nudged by Ricky Stenhouse and the Fastenal.
Yeah, it looks like Buescher got turned around on pit road.
You looking for a little trouble? You like watching things get broken? Like barriers?
I wouldn't say Trackhouse is even I honestly say Spire might be catching up to Trackhouse.
In this playoff season, we're looking for you.
Join us at Toyota Racing.
With so much great entertainment out there, wouldn't it be easier if you could find what you want all in one place?
My favorites.
Hey, fellow truck lovers, it's me, Bob. Today I'm going to show you the easiest way to make your truck better. It's a no-brainer. WeatherTech. Laser measured coil liners that fit perfectly in the front and rear. Underseat storage system keeps your
We'll see who can reap the benefit out of that most recent stop. But man, I'm happy. 8.3 second stop, you know.
For your phone. Boom, better truck. Hope you were paying attention. Now remember, get all your American-made protection at WeatherTech.com.
Last 2 stops actually have been good for the 12 bunch.
So whether you're courtside trying to hit the over or up here trying to hit the under, hitting that win with your crew. Oh yeah, see defense. Oh way up here with a same game parlay. Yeah. BetMGM's got your back. Get your welcome offer and play with your sports book born in Vegas. Oh, this easy. Really?
Get up to a $1,500 new customer.
Yeah, they stepped up on that stop.
BetMGM. Download it.
The one thing I noticed, John, when I was watching that onboard from Chase, is watching the battle between him and Blaney. Josefar was ripping the bottom really good, especially down in 3 and 4.
There's a great aerial shot, and we'd like to say
You can rip the bottom when a lot of people are ripping the top.
all of these
Might be something to keep an eye on.
scenes from the air today of Miami Beach, downtown in the background, and we're a little further south. And this is in Homestead,
what a place it is. No wonder it's on everybody's.
I think that's going to be. You could debate Trackhouse versus Spire right now, as far as which one's actually second.
Today,
obviously, Trackhouse has the wins that put him ahead of Spire, but
the Ronald McDonald House Charities Organization. Each participating driver is honoring a Ronald McDonald House Charities family by including their name above the passenger door. The RMHC.
Yeah, you got to make the bottom work because everybody likes to run the top here. If you can make the bottom work against the top, you definitely have something.
Scan the QR code or visit rmhc.org to learn more about how you can support this wonderful cause. Kim, it's a celebration and acknowledgement of so much good work. That good work continues that's been done over half a century.
Yeah, absolutely, Lee. And for Joey Logano in that car, they're spotlighting.
When you think about it, Shadow, they lost what was a huge part of what made RCR RCR.
100 days in the hospital with
you know, when they lost Dale Sr., that was a big part of that organization that got lost.
Including an open heart surgery at 6 days old. The family, well, they were able to be by Ellie's side all through that due to the support from the Ronald McDonald House. But the best part,
it wasn't just that Richard and Dale were a team owner and driver. There was much partners in the organization as it was.
From 2 to 4 today with a party this afternoon. So we want to
and then losing Harvick too was another big chunk.
To the resilient young girl, Ellie Alter.
And there are stories like that behind the names that are represented here today. Ronald McDonald House is in more than 60 countries globally. It first opened in October of 1974 in Philly, and there's some 28 drivers and 11 teams participating in this. So congratulations to everybody.
Surprised Blaney took the bottom there.
Let it go for another 50 years.
Would have thought he would have taken the top.
Injured kids and their family. It was not a great time on pit road, Dave Burns, for this man here, Tyler Reddick, who won the first stage. What happened?
6 spots lost, just a bit of a slower stop, and while some drivers may key the radio and throw an expletive out there, this was the calm voice of Tyler Reddick.
Copy that. All good, guys. We got about, I don't know, 80 laps to sort this out. We'll get back up there. Shake it off. All good.
See, that's a pump up from the driver. That's
very confident about his race car over the next 80 laps.
Yep, Dave, Kyle Larson stuck in 32nd. What's the update on the car? Listen in.
I'm going to vent for a second. Cars are stupid. Like, how can you get a flat tire done that can play to your odds, or you get a flat tire and wear out a little bit of your diffuser and your race is killed? Stupid.
With you 100%. As far as the repair goes, there's
sounds like there's more damage to the 5 car than we thought.
Everything is still attached.
That's the voice of frustration of Kyle Larson.
That Green Homestead.
This is stage 2. Let's fire him on. Elliott pops out.
Oh, Chase gonna make it 3.
Straight to the lead.
Oh, Blaney.
That Toyota has had plenty of speed today.
Oh, Wallace.
Elliott's trying to race his way into the championship 4.
Remember, Blaney's concern before this race was, could he take off with speed on restarts?
Reddick drops.
Well, he didn't get a chance. He got run 3 wide by Chase.
Let's not worry about it, guys.
He didn't have a chance to see what he had. Chase was on his bumper on the restart that he stuck it 3 wide, so Blaney didn't even get a chance to feel out what his car had on a restart.
11 is right there. His teammate on his lower side. Then Blaney right down on the line.
Give him a chance to fire back off here. Bubba trying to see if he can get back to the point. He's got a good little race car today.
Whoa,
oh.
That was tight.
He thought about trying to side draft the 9, but thought better of it.
That car has been moving around and he's had to catch it.
And Reddick is going to see what he can do himself. It isn't the greatest if you got your rear tires jacked up. I mean, the 9 was all over the back of the 12 that he ducked out into turn 1.
Can't make passes. You see the aggression on this restart. Car driving really nice around the bottom. Blaney's got to hold him down, though. Side by side for 3rd.
Here comes Reddick with the run. Is he going to try? Yep, there he goes.
Reddick with the big move to the bottom of the racetrack.
He tried to cut him off, but I think he got a little loose there.
Allow him to get to the outside of both the if he could just get the gas applied on corner exit.
No, Ryan going to cut him off there. Momentum, try to get that momentum.
Tyler Reddick tucks in behind Denny Hamlin.
Blaney got a heck of a run there into 3. I don't know if he's going to be able to get Wallace.
Still leads. Bowman comes into the picture.
Well, he's got a bit of a run off that corner.
In the top 10.
Not quite enough to clear Wallace. Chase leads it. Blaney trying to take that second spot from Bubba.
Tyler Reddick has the statistical comfort.
Can he get it off 2? He might have. Bubba going to cross over.
He has 1 win. So he's led 60.
And crossover again. Crossover back, I guess you could say.
We'll see. He's certainly in the mix nicely.
Bubba Wallace and Ryan Blaney with a great battle right there. Now that Blaney's had a couple laps on his tires, his car is driving the way he wants it to.
Yeah, the car doesn't fire off good, but we definitely have the car once it fires off. I mean, look at this, the top, what is this, the top 8 cars? All within a blanket here.
This group is starting to get closer and tighter and bigger. Bell comes into it again. Chase Elliott with that clear air.
Top 2 now clear.
Boy, this guy was distraught last weekend after dominating in Vegas, and just to come up short to see Logano race his way into the championship 4. He let his emotions boil over on the radio, and he said earlier this week, typically I don't do that.
Look at Hocevar.
But I couldn't help
They
myself.
move on Bell.
That was me. That was raw emotion. You understand that, Jeff?
I understand it well. Said a lot of things I regretted in the heat of the battle.
Look at Hocevar down on the low line. The yellow
Larson had a flat tire flavored, and they've been struggling. It sounds like the car is hurt more than they thought it was.
This isn't some fleeting visit to the front. He's there.
No, the car's just hurt more, Shadow. They were saying too. That's what Larson was venting about on the radio.
And his teammate's not far back either. Zane Smith. Smith runs in 8th.
The communication to Carson was pretty interesting. Be humble and be smart, meaning recognize that it is an honor to race with these guys. You're doing a great job. Take it to them, but be smart doing it. Do not push so hard that you make a mistake.
What's one of the most common things that non-playoff drivers say? They don't want to affect.
Yeah, but they were just talking on the radio. Larson was just venting about how it sucked that, you know, they had one flat tire, and it seems like it sounds like the diffuser got ground down a bit, which is killing the handling.
Denny Hamlin. Reddick shadowing in the background. This is good stuff.
Yeah, three. Look at that. 3 different distinct lines. Top, middle, and bottom. Oh, Bubba tried to cut off Hocevar there.
Carson right now saying, now, wait a minute, I don't mind being respectful, but they're going to need to be respectful to me as well.
Just behind this picture here, and it happens again.
Still going on.
Super close between Wallace and Hocevar.
You got to cut off the momentum now. Hocevar looks like he's going to continue the momentum, and able to clear him.
Of William Byron. There it is. Byron gets by Zane Smith. And he continues in the same vein as Ryan Blaney, just surging his way forward and helping build his playoffs picture. At the moment, he stays above the cut line.
Blaney, Hamlin, the top 3, then Reddick and Hocevar, your top 5. Hocevar trying to take that 4th position.
All right, Stevie, you're Luke Lambert. What do you say? What do you say to Carson Hocevar?
Actually, I've been impressed. I agree with Jeff. I think the 23 had a block the first time. That was aggressive. The second time, Hocevar said, no, but I'm here. Look, I know I'm not a playoff
Yeah, Zane's in the top 10 as well.
Racing where neither of us are in the playoffs. I've earned my way to be up here. And at some point, Jeff, there is erratic. Then there's
Excuse me, yeah, Smith is in the top. Yeah, Zane's in the top 10. They were just mentioning that.
But asserting his kind of lane and his position at the bottom of the racetrack. Jeff, disagree, or do you think he had a right to be there the second time?
Oh, I think he 100% had a right to be there. As far as Carson Hocevar, it was his spot, right? He had great forward momentum on the bottom of the racetrack.
Oh, Hocevar's cart. I don't know if he meant to go up there, but damn, that thing like took off like it almost like he didn't mean to go there.
Dave, what's the latest? What you got?
So Tyler Reddick, one of the fastest cars today, he may have an issue. Listen.
My left rear feels odd. I had to make 2 big moves on the front stretch. We'll check. Everything looks good on the left rear from what we can tell.
It feels odd. Had to make 2 big moves. Steve, from what they can check, they said it's okay. What can you
Lead's
check
tightening
when
up.
says the tire feels odd at 180 miles an hour?
Well, you could basically go back and review the footage to make sure that the wheel itself is tight. You don't get any live air pressure. You don't get any sort of live data that has any idea. Really, it's just a visual inspection. You can look at still photography and maybe use a set of bifocal or, binoculars to look in there and see if the tire looks more slack than normal, but not a lot you can actually check with data.
Yeah, lead is definitely tightened up front.
65 to go in stage 2, and Chase Elliott's got some company. Ryan Blaney edges a little closer, and so too does Denny Hamlin.
Hocevar's definitely proven his worth this season in that 77.
The day that we remember that changes Denny Hamlin's 2024 championship campaign, where in his own words said that he's frankly
something to keep in mind,
they're still alive, they're still in it at this
the
stage.
top 4 in
But
this
look at the way
race
that the 11 is driving.
started today
Asked me in the pre-race, does Chase Elliott or Ryan Blaney need
below
to
the cut
and I
line.
said absolutely. They're both
The
champions.
current running top 4 started this race below the cut line to make the championship 4. Right now, they run 1, 2, 3, 4.
Top 2 or 3, but all 3 of these drivers, I think, feel that victory lane is a must.
And that's the problem with the playoffs, right? The competition is so tough. You could be having a really good day, but is that going to be enough? All these guys
Kind of like where Ryan is running a little bit here. Trying to run a lane lower than Chase if he can. Stay out of the dirty air.
And it has to happen. Here goes Hamlin on the inside of Ryan Blaney.
Hamlin's going to try to take over that second spot.
Such an amazing history.
Oh, and he's got a
But I liked earlier
big run.
Denny said, I don't want to have to rely on Martinsville. Don't know what it's going to be like. Option tire there next week. And he said, let's go get it done this week.
I've talked a lot about Denny Hamlin, and there's 2 ways to look at it. You could be disappointed with their performance in the playoffs, or you could say they have nowhere near brought their best, and they're still around. The rest of the competitors maybe wishing they would have eliminated the 11 after a poor first-round, performance.
Here comes Hamlin, who's won here before.
It's a great battle right here. 2 different techniques, both making about the same lap time.
Hamlin's last win here was in 2020.
Right against that fence. Goes to the throttle very early, trying to feed as much throttle as quickly as he can.
Hamlin continues the chase on race leader Chase Elliott, who's now been out.
Well, yeah, it's going to change depending on who's leading. It's definitely going to change depending on who leads.
The first thing you think of when you see a pickup truck is this kind of hauling. We're looking for you. Join us at Toyota Racing.
Any NBA play can inspire your next hunch. And with 3 months of NBA League Pass from FanDuel, you're about to get a whole lot more inspiration. So if you think they're going to rock the rim right out of the gates,
hello,
or you want to RSVP to the block party,
there he is. Yes, sir.
Or you think it's going to start raining threes,
let's go!
FanDuel has more ways to bet on players so you can make your hunches happen. Right now, new customers bet $5, get 300 in bonus bets if you win. All customers get 3 months of NBA League Pass on us. FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook.
Time to move?
Well, clearly they did. Boyer only had 2 wins at RCR.
Sell your home in any season for any reason.
Actually, no.
Start your
3.
move at opendoor.com.
He had 3 at RCR. His first win at New Hampshire in 07.
Everything is fun on a trip to Texas.
Win at Richmond in 08.
This
The race that his
try this.
infamously Junior and Bush got together. And Boyer also won the Dega Fall race in 2010. So actually no, because he also it's 4 because he also won the Dega Fall race in 11 as well.
You have a Taco Bell in your house?
So Boyer won 4 times in the Cup Series with RCR. Burton actually I don't think won that much with RCR either. Dover 06, Bristol 08, and Charlotte 08. So yeah, actually Boyer won more than Burton at RCR.
Aw, happy Halloween.
Captain, ever since you discovered
Harvick obviously won the most of the 3.
never stay in character anymore.
You know we're not actually pirates, right?
Of course we be
Burton
pirates.
didn't win Martinsville in the Cup Series.
Hidden Valley Ranch.
He didn't win at Martinsville. He contended in the 2010 race that Hamlin won, the fall race, but they had a tire issue late in that race, a flat tire late in that race. Burton won a Busch Series race in Martinsville.
Autograph merchandise and one-of-a-kind race day experiences by visiting NASCAR.com/fan.
The Boyer won 4. Boyer won 4 races and Burton won 3.
Hendrick Motorsports. This is the day he's been waiting for quite some time. Could have been there, might have been there last weekend.
Yeah, I know. I counted that with Burton. Burton's were Dover 06, Bristol 08, Charlotte 08. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm missing Texas. Texas, the spring of 07 is the one I'm missing. So he's actually tied with Boyer. It's 4 and 4.
How much it changes as the temperature comes down, as rubber gets built into the racetrack. Your car may drive great right now, but 100 laps from now.
The 08 Dega spring race went to Kyle Busch PRK, so I don't know why you're mentioning Talladega. Oh, you're in Richmond. Sorry, never mind. Oh yeah, I'm forgetting Boyer's chase win. I'm forgetting the 2010 chase win.
Now's the time to have those conversations with your driver. Let's take a look exactly what happened with the 12 of Blaney.
I'm missing the chase win because that's the one that they had the controversy. That's right, I forgot about that because that's the one they had the controversy where they
standard contact. It looked like mostly the right rear.
that Hamlin commented about where they had the car failed the post-race tech.
When it gets in the wall, it kind of pulls
Blaney scraped that. It hurt the car too badly.
When you're threading the needle that close, Jeff, does it give you a little bit of a shock instantly to make you react, or you're kind of half expecting?
Oh, they're pitting.
Blaney is coming to pit road.
Close enough that I imagine maybe it's a few laps early for a green flag pit stop, but after the wall contact, maybe make a safer call, not go all
This
the way
might actually be. This may force these other guys to make the call. Because we're about into this stage where we were when they pitted in the first stage. So it wouldn't shock me to see them come. Or see them all pit.
What's the advantage in pitting on the early side of the window before everybody else?
Well, the first advantage for the 12 is to get the damaged right side tires off after wall contact. The gain now will be to go out there and use these new tires in the next 3 or 4 laps before others come to pit road to try to gain position.
Here comes Byron now.
William Byron counter. He'll jump on pit road as well, Kim.
Yeah, William Byron was one to pit early on the green flag cycle last time too. He said the back's starting to get out of the track in the long run. The front turn though staying with them. All he asked for is longevity in the back end of the car.
Kaz Grauer pitted with those guys.
So to give you an idea just how short these guys are pit stops, they have 28 laps on their tires. They have to run 51 to the end of the stage. So, you know, math, data analytics would say, hey, run about the same. Call it 40-ish laps on both sets of tires. But it has proven that coming to pit road early, getting your tires and going to make time, in the end works out more times than not. So I think we're going to see a wave of cars join the pit cycle here. Dave.
Alex Bowman brings a 48 to pit road. He said it's tight with the nose, really snappy on exit. So 2 problems for crew chief Blake Harris to attend here. 4 Goodyear tires and fuel for him. You're on board with Joey Logano riding below. Joey says my turn is good, but I need more rear grip. That hurts my turn in, Marty.
The struggle continues for Kyle Larson, Dave. He got no better than 21st on that run with the car just
2011, Cody. 2011 is when Menard won Indy.
His teammate Chase Elliott
2010 was won by McMurray.
Christopher Bell showed some late run
Bell in
strength.
and out.
He said, I still need the car to turn a little bit more for me. Very late in the corner. That's where he feels like he's losing a lot of time. And maybe this longer run here, as they put on the back end of this window, will play to the favor of the 20 team.
It's going to be very interesting to see as we ride along board with Bell to see where the 9 and the 11 cycle as well. The 9 on the access road, the 11 on the banking. And there you have it.
And actually, Blaney's going to leapfrog the 9.
Control of the race to the 11 car.
Did Hamlin pit yet? No, Hamlin didn't pit yet.
Works when it all cycles around. Look at the 9 on those new tires.
Wow.
Unlaps himself right away. Makes it look really easy.
I guess Steve got confused there for a second. He didn't realize that.
And Blaney, who was the first to pit road, he has cycled all the way to the front. So a little bit of a mix right here. Blaney. I imagine the 9 should be able to get back by him with a couple lap pressure tires. We'll wait and see.
3 lap difference in tires right here, so you would think the 9 would be able to catch him pretty quickly. It looks like to me these tires for about the first 15 laps are really fast, and then they kind of level off. It no longer becomes a big advantage. So if you're Chase Elliott, you want to be pushing hard right here to get by this 12.
2.5 seconds back. That's how far Blaney was back before he made wall contact and came to pit road early. You mentioned it, 3 lap tires. Let's see if Elliott can use the fresher tires before they level off, as you point, Jeff. So to answer Marty's question, hey, why do you come early? This is why. Blaney has cycled out. You see right there. Chase.
Well, right now they are the last 2 cars on the lead lap, 16th and 17th. That's because the leaders are getting pit.
16th and 17th. But as Steve said earlier, we wait for it to cycle because these were the ones who dove early in this stage to pit road. Denny Hamlin still leads on track over.
Well, we'll see where they actually cycle out because, again, everybody else is yet to come yet.
Has had a good day.
So,
despite, like,
you can see the lap time
up there
difference.
in the top 5. He raced his way all the way into the mid-teens.
Those that pitted versus those that haven't.
Lower grid spot.
And this doesn't shock me for Denny Hamlin. This is kind of a signature for Gabehart and Hamlin. Run a little bit longer and stick to that math I talked about. Try to run equal amount of laps on both sets.
They're trying to basically split the stage in half.
William Byron about to unlap himself.
Which would be about lap 40, 42, 43
the race leader, as did Christopher Bell.
In this stage. 222, 223. Got it actually catching Hamlin here.
So now for Hamlin, Reddick, Hocevar, Wallace, a caution would be amazing, right? Because they're going to come. There's only 18
Well,
cars.
Byron won the race at Martinsville in the spring.
The guys that just pitted might have to stay out to save us.
And Larson did win, dominate Bristol 2 weeks ago. So, very easy could see Larson winning Martinsville if it comes down to it. But we still got this race to play out too. We're not quite halfway yet in this race still. There's a lot of race still left here. And given what happened at Vegas last week, can't say can't give anything yet. On and off. I think Denny's coming this time. Yep.
Hamlin to pit road.
We'll see where he cycles out.
Great example of how much time he will have lost to Elliott. Now
Hocevar's in.
When Hamlin rejoins the racetrack, Dave, he's going to have fresher tires in the leader. We'll see if he can use those to make up the lost ground.
And Steve, he got a pep talk before that last restart about him and the spotter being more aggressive from crew chief Chris Gabehart, and so they did. He got up to the front and then eventually led as the cycle continued here. So no complaints about the race car right now. He was complaining a little bit about his right front maybe nearing the end of its life, but that will be no problem now as they change 4 Goodyear tires.
Stevie, you pointed out last week the couple of times that Denny was stopping short in his box. He was right in
Blaney and Elliott's lap times are basically about similar too. The last few lap times they've been showing, there's only been off by maybe by less than 1/10 of a second. So their lap times are pretty close.
To the 9, the 12, where is he with Blaney and Chase Elliott?
Waiting for this to update
about
here.
A quarter lap behind Blaney, but luckily for the 11, a lot of clean air in front as we see the Reddick pit stop out of pit stall 1.
Yeah, so clearly
on the right side.
it's about a straightaway. difference, I think, between
Clean on the left. All right,
Blaney,
so
Elliott, and
full
Hamlin.
will leave. So let's kind of take a point and see. We have Blaney exiting turn 2. Backstretch leading. Not leading, but he's the first car that has...
That time Bell was the quickest of the three that have pitted.
45, and the 11 is going to be the clean air. The 11 for
34.07. And yeah, Bell's just nailing these quick lap times.
So here's the 11, but let's look all the way out in front of him. Look at all this clean air. That's what you want. Now you've left pit road. You have
now see what lap times Hamlin's going to run now.
And where do you cycle out in traffic? This is a great spot for Chris
33.5.
back on the racetrack. He'll be able to run the fastest laps on the racetrack. And hopefully
it's about
basically
7/10 of a second quicker than what's going to be the leader.
Leads 7 laps. Prior to today, holistically this year on the championship, Denny was 3rd best on laps led. He led 10%.
Bell pitted at the same time, and he's been the quickest car of those top 3 cars.
In the playoffs, he'd only led 5 laps total. So today was a breath of fresh air.
Because Hamlin's on the freshest tires, so obviously his lap time is going to be the quickest, or should be the quickest. Actually, Reddick was the quickest one that time.
But what matters is results. So you have to execute on the pace. If not, it makes no difference.
Kyle Larson in the 5. That comeback story continues. He's fighting there with Austin Cindric. They've spent a lot of time around each other ever since that flat tire woe and when he slammed the wall. A little damage on the 5. It's going to be an eventful and entertaining day of racing ahead.
Now we've got the GTD start coming. Sebring is away, and this is what we've come to expect and love from the streets of London. Oh, he's off. That's a huge one.
Driver change. Full course yellow, so safety car. Come on, boys.
The Porsche 963. Technically, it was born in Germany, but it was made in France, 1970. Shaped in the corkscrew, Laguna Seca. Raised in the bus stop at Daytona. Made in the 23rd hour of the 24 Hours of Le Mans. Defined in the epic comebacks and christened in the mythical moments. So yeah, like every Porsche race car, the 963 was born in Germany. But where you're born is only the start.
Why always the couch? Does he need to go to puppy school? Get his little puppy diploma. How much have I been spending on this little guy?
They're running 19th radiation. They were up front to start the race in the top 10, but have been nowhere near the top 10 since.
And giving it everything we've
This seems like they got no pace.
Still a lot more road to run. Goodyear, the official tire of NASCAR.
Valvoline Restore and Protect. A first-of-its-kind innovation that returns pistons to factory clean by removing up to 100% of deposits. Restore your engine to perform like new. Restore and Protect. Another first from Valvoline.
A message from the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment.
Did you know your new favorite burger has hand-smashed patties made to order, hot and melty cheese, and a tangy sauce? How rude of me. Let me introduce you. Try the all-new Double Sonic Smasher and at a half-price drink in the
Introducing the second chance offer from BetMGM. What'd he say? If you bet on a player to score the first touchdown and instead he scores the second, boom, you get your money back in cash. Straight cash? Second chance, you heard? What if my guy fumbles? And some other guy scores first? Second chance. What if you need a second chance to land on the field? This offer only applies to touchdowns. You all right? I hurt my spleen.
Get the second chance offer from BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas.
Problem is nobody's really stretching tires here, okay?
We are deep in the playoffs for the 2024 NASCAR.
Nobody's really stretching tires. That's the difference. If you had somebody that was really stretching tires, then maybe there'd be coming goers, but nobody's really stretching them.
Blue, white, and yellow Napa Chevy is running beautifully. He leads the way. He's been out in front for 39 laps. He's over Ryan Blaney and Christopher Bell. Denny Hamlin on the charge, but Jeff, this caught your eye.
Great battle right here. Chase Elliott kind of tries to pull a slide job, slides right up in front of him. Blaney crosses him over, almost contact. Look at this right here. Look at the pace Blaney has.
Off the corner again, the high side run off the corner. When you try to hide, when you try to.
Chase Elliott chasing him down there, trying to side draft him a little bit.
Side job somebody.
In the break, folks, Jeff and Steve, they grabbed their attention. They said, "Oh, look
Lap
at that, the boys
times.
are playing," and they sure were.
And again, Bell continued to be one of the quicker cars. Hamlin up to fourth, about 0.3 of a second quicker.
Has bridged that gap to the 12 of Ryan Blaney. He goes.
I'd like to know what the gap is right
Toyota down
now.
on the low side, and keep an eye out for Denny Hamlin in the background because Steve, he reached
That 11 car is the quickest car right now.
He's now 3.3 seconds behind the race leader.
Let's remember, pre-cycle, Blaney was 2.5 seconds back. A little bit of wall contact. Came to pit road 3 laps sooner than the leader, being Chase Elliott.
So keep an eye on both the 11 and the 45 if they can close that gap back.
Tires for Blaney starting to show up as he's losing positions. You mentioned it. Behind Blaney is Hamlin, who has 10 lap fresher than Blaney, 7 lap fresher than the leaders. We have yet to see a run really run our way out.
Yeah, this run runs out. I'm watching Hamlin and Reddick here. They're basically 0.4 of a second faster than the leader.
The top 6 positions are filled by playoff drivers. Let's talk more about them, and let's kick it off with Kimmy Kuhn. Kim?
Yeah, the leader, Chase Elliott, they find themselves in a must-win situation. So I asked crew chief Alan Gustafson how much stress is on them. And he said, actually, must-win is not pressure-packed. He's called it liberating. He said it gives you leverage. He said it does not pay to be conservative at all for them today. So he wants to see checkers or records. He wants Chase to send it. So not only do they have a great car, Marty, they've got a driver that has a lot of freedom to take chances.
I don't want him in the championship for, but you get the best car right here. They're out front right now. Interested to see. I want to see this run go green because I'm interested to see how much more time Hamlin and Reddick can run down.
In June, Dave, they will love to go back to back here in Miami.
Denny and Hamlin coming forward on the fresher tires.
Well, they had a flat tire, struck the wall radiation, and the car hasn't handled right since. They've been trying to play catch up since.
In different places, that's a real skill, and it will lend itself well to Denny Hamlin again today, Marty.
So, Dave, what did Ryan Blaney think about that contact with Chase Elliott? Listen in.
Ridiculous. Unbelievable. That's like we go to the bottom and we just go straight to the fence, which, I mean, a lot of guys are like that, but we'll be okay here.
So to translate the answer, not very happy. Blaney admitted we have to win if we want to race for a championship this year. And when I asked Jonathan Hassler about that, he said, I'd vote to win here. I never want to rely on that last race at Martinsville, Dave.
Tyler Reddick is 4 seconds behind the lead group, and ever since he's been back in traffic, this car has not been as good. It doesn't turn as well. It doesn't do the same things that it did when it was out front. They need to get this car back out front and get Tyler in position to win. Kim?
Well, for William Byron, they entered this race on a streak of top 4 finishes, 4 of them, and William told me the first race of the round last week at Vegas is always the most nerve-wracking. We got through that. We feel good. And William told me he's learned that there are certain weeks where he needs to get away from the track, all the hustle of the garage to give his mind a break. Well, what did he do this weekend? Because that's what
Hamlin is up to P2. Still quicker than the leader.
And felt great coming into today. Right now, they just need more longevity on the rear of that car through the run, Dave.
It's good news, bad news for Joey Logano. The good news first. Pizza. Yes, you're right on board with the Hunt Brothers Pizza Mustang right now for Joey Logano. The other good news is that the balance isn't bad. The bad news is he's been battling a vibration ever since this cycle went through, and he put this set of tires on, Marty.
Dave, the car trying to pass him is Kyle Larson, who has been trying to trudge through the field after that right rear went down earlier on. Cliff Daniels a moment ago kind of radioed to Larson to assess the situation.
Oh, look at the lap times. Right now, the fastest 2 cars of the racetrack are Denny Hamlin and Tyler Reddick.
So it's been 6 pit stops total for Cliff Daniels and the 5 team today. But Steve, I would say if you're Kyle Larson, those were encouraging words from Cliff Daniels after a struggle in stage 1 and 2. They're finally pointing in the right direction.
Yeah, encouraging. I don't know if Larson's going to be happy to hear it. He's frustrated he's not up there racing for the win, but I agree with Cliff. I think that Larson is showing.
And I think the tire difference for Blaney is starting to.
But much like Reddick, who talked about how his car is not good in traffic, Larson as well.
Starting
When you go
to
to the
show
back,
up.
just doesn't drive as well. It's going to take some adjustments.
So you see two really good battles here between Logano and Larson and Reddick and Blaney. But up front, Denny Hamlin has bridged the gap to just 1 second. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this 11 car, the tire difference is starting to show up now.
Ever at Homestead Miami Speedway, the 2020 Cup champion, but he's got
He continues to be. That's the first time Elliott's actually been quicker than Hamlin.
Basically, the simple, synopsis is the 9 on the front side, early, short run, then a long run to finish. Denny Hamlin broke it up more in the, evenly, not quite even, but he ran longer on the first set of tires. Will it pay off for the 11 or the 9? The rest of the field is watching as well.
Hamlin's doing this chasing on 7-lap younger tires. And there's Christopher Bell, his JGR teammate in the background. Bell's not that far away either. Who's going to come out most satisfied and with the most all-important stage points from this second stage with just 22 to go? And that's not too far down the road. The Keys here in South Florida, one of the most beautiful parts of North America, if not the world.
Greetings from Daytona, where a band of dreamers took a strip of beach and turned it into a proving ground. The Great American Race, where year after year, greatness is the destination. So book your experience and soak in 500 miles of history and tradition. Once you arrive, you'll never look back. Secure your seats now at Daytona.
Larson's just an aggressive driver. I mean, he gets after it.
That's my line. There's no place like Target to shop everything wicked.
The first thing you think of when you see a pickup truck is this kind of hauling.
You gotta have that element if you're gonna be a good driver. You have to have the element. You gotta have that element of aggression.
Dude, what are you doing? I'm protecting my car. That's too much work. WeatherTech is so much easier. Laser measured floor liners up here, seat protector and cargo liner back there. Nice.
Yeah, we'll see about that one, Christian.
And mud flaps.
I still think he has to win. Again, I'd like to see the points if he's not leading.
Great.
Because I know the situation still wasn't looking good for either him or Blaney. I think they were still like 20 or 30 points back. Might have been 20. The only thing that may help him is Larson having the issues he did today. But again, I'd like to see the points with him not leading just to see.
Or you think it's going to start raining threes. Let's go! FanDuel has more ways to bet on.
I mean, it's manageable. 20. Don't get me wrong. 29 points is manageable. You get a couple of good stages at Martinsville, and somebody else has issues. You can easily point your way back in. He's got one win there. 2020.
Time to move.
McGalley's biggest competition, maybe his own teammate.
Sell your home in any season for any reason. Start your move at Open Door.
Byron's won the spring race there.
Closing 17
and as good as Larson ran at Bristol.
Let's bring you the Toyota.
We'll expect him to bring the car from Martinsville.
Denny Hamlin zeroing in on the lead of the
Hamlin
race.
continues to be quicker.
Right behind him, and one of his drivers,
actually, him and Reddick tied lap time wise. Bell and Blaney actually were quicker than Elliott.
For Toyota,
all four of them were quicker than the leader.
Top 10 in qualifying yesterday as well.
And I like that they're showing lap times, but I'd rather see the intervals so you compare the intervals at this point.
As Hamlin continues
as much as I like them showing the lap times, but
yeah, Chase Elliott currently in the lead, and races are all about managing unexpected situations. That's true for the drivers, that's true for the crew chiefs, and today that is true for the spotters. Take a listen to Chase's radio.
We got a really big speed problem up here, man. Just don't get stung. With the way they're swarming, that's like telling a fish not to get wet, man. It's bad up here. I might have to move.
So that was Chase's
Hamlin is catching him.
You saw the video of the bees swarming.
Another 2/10 that time. I think he's only a couple car lengths behind him now.
That's right above where we're sitting right here.
And all this is going on. Battle for the lead right here. Denny Hamlin, he is right there with Chase Elliott.
He is there.
This is good stuff. Remember, he came out after his stop 7 laps later than Chase Elliott, 7 seconds behind.
You want comers and goers? Here you go. 7-lap tire difference.
Hamlin is here now to go for the lead and get the stage win.
Chase Elliott's trying to get by.
There's still 15 laps to go on the stage.
He's going to clear him.
Look at the drive.
Side by side with the 9 on the back
Gotta try to side draft him here.
Oh, the push. The 38 pushes the 9 by. It has been a while since these guys had won a stage. For Denny Hamlin, that's 12 races ago at Indy. For the race leader, Chase Elliott, he hasn't won a stage since the first stage of the season at the Daytona 500. Well, they're going to
want to there's a stat.
Bell is right behind, and Reddick also coming on those new
Chase has
tires.
one stage win this season.
With good run right
wow.
Here. Corner exit, ran the high line.
Hamlin's car is definitely quicker. You can see it there.
Follows Chase Elliott. See
he
right
does
there,
down here.
Gets up a little bit of speed on corner entry, turns a little bit early, tries to get clean air.
He turns a little better down the track, but he needs a little bit of run, I think, to get underneath him.
This is where I think the 11 of Hamlin can hang a left. There you go.
Yep.
Drive deep in the corner. There's good grip down here on the bottom of the racetrack.
And in both of their rear view mirrors and the rear facing cameras is Christopher Bell, only 1 second back.
They had a flat tire earlier. Flat tire and scraped the wall.
This 1 and 2 is going to be a decision maker. Traffic in front for the 9. The 11 with a little bit of a run. Where does the 9 think the traffic's going to go? Are they going to leave him the top?
Let him to go on the stage. That time by Elliott a little quicker.
There's the traffic up ahead.
Big traffic ahead.
Daniel Hemrick is the first one that they're going to encounter. Then Eric Jones, I think it is. And Corey LaJoie, they're the 3 that they're coming up on.
And they're coming to 10 to go in the stage. These guys are not going to pull over for them. They're going to fight hard to stay in the lead lap.
Here we go. Hamlin had a good run that time.
He's be right on his bumper. No, Chase goes low.
Something different to look at. Went to the bottom of the racetrack, now slides up in front of him. That's a great move by Chase Elliott. It's one of those racetracks you can run different lines. Do not do the same thing every lap to show him what you're doing.
Ooh, I like the way Hamlin entered that corner.
Fight for third in the bottom box. Bell
keeping just half a lane lower. Great run off that corner. They're going to be close into 1.
That prohibits Hamlin from going where he really wanted to go.
And you're like, yeah, maybe
but he's able to turn it down off turn 2. Can he get to his fender, get the side draft, try to pull him back?
Every pass matters. Here goes Hamlin. Right alongside Chase Elliott and
oh, can he clear him into 3? Not quite.
It's not over yet.
Not quite. They're still side by side.
Elliott goes right around on the fence.
They may have rubbed a little bit there out of 4. Still side by side into 1. Can he slide job him here? No, he's not quite.
What a fight for the lead.
Nice job, keep fighting. Coming back to 7 more.
Yeah, I was going to say.
The appropriate phrase. These 2 guys are putting on quite the display. Hamlin led for 7 today. Elliott has led for 60.
You know who's loving this? Is that guy in 3rd place. Bell was the quicker car that lap by. Then these top 3. Blaney actually the quickest of the top 5 that lap by. Well, Hamlin got a run here off 2. He's got to take advantage of it here.
Turn down the middle. He
has momentum down the backstretch.
Got to run now. He's gonna have to give it a little more here if he's gonna try to get him here in 3 and 4.
And this is what Chase Elliott said. I'm okay. I'm comfortable. I'll fight you up here and regain the lead.
Damn, the fight is still on. And here comes the rest of the top 5. Telling you, watch those other 3 cars. Watch Bell, watch Reddick, watch Blaney. Hamlin's got him here. Yeah, he's got him here. Lead change. Yeah, look at the points. I'm telling you, but Blaney and Elliott, I think, are still going to be in most wins, even if we see, even if Elliott doesn't win. I think they're still in most wins.
Really well done. Really well done.
They're still 40+ points back.
Look in his mirror as Bell and Reddick appear.
5 to go in the stage.
With 5 to go.
Final 5 laps of stage 2 here in the Straight Talk 400. Lots of traffic up ahead for Denny Hamlin to negotiate, while keeping a watchful eye on Chase Elliott.
Yeah, this stage win's not over because you mentioned all that lap traffic, and most of them are running the lane that Denny Hamlin wants to run in right against the wall.
Most of them are running the lane that all of them are running in. You know?
Eric Jones, Corey LaJoy. Daniel Hemrick's been able to leapfrog both those
4 to
guys.
go in the stage.
John Hunter Nemechek's the next one further up the track. Here goes Hamlin on Jones first. 4 to go.
About 2 seconds separate the top 5.
1 done. Corey LaJoy's the next on his list.
This end of the racetrack is more difficult.
Tyler Reddick won stage 1. His team owner trying to win stage 2.
He doesn't have to push you.
Meanwhile, Bell and Reddick all over the back of Chase Elliott now.
And then make the pass down in 1 and 2. That right there is the experience of Denny Hamlin.
The battle has heated up.
3 laps to go in the stage.
Bell got to the rear bumper of the 9 that allowed Reddick to pop out. Bell doesn't now know if he's playing offense or defense. Reddick is hoping he can get both of them in the last 3 laps.
Bell will be trying to get the 9. Look how close that is. Tyler Reddick, stage 1 winner. Championship hopeful. Man who's won the
Reddick going to try to take 3rd here down into 3 and 4.
Meanwhile, up top box, Denny Hamlin gets by Corey LaJoy, who's coming off his best
2 to go in the stage.
In Las Vegas of a top 15. That was a nice one for him. Look at these 3 fight it out.
Top 3 cars. 2nd through 4th. Within a couple car lengths.
Who's going to win this individual fight here for 2nd? Big wiggle out of the 20.
Bell's car a little loose there.
Yes, though. I like the 45. He commits to the top. This is going to all be about
Chase is also a little loose.
That 9 car is loose. Chase Elliott has his hands full.
Reddick gonna see if he can try to get them both. Moving to 3 here on the bottom.
Reddick's not done with yet. Look at the 45 down low.
Great run on the bottom for Reddick.
Within a mile and a half of a
last lap, stage 2.
12 races for him. Coming at the
Hamlin leads the stage.
Remember, Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin pushing hard to get this lead. Some of that has to do with the lack of confidence in that pit crew. They have had a very difficult time in the playoffs. You want to be
Reddick might be able to race for. We might see a split here going into 3. Watch this.
This is a good fight.
Reddick's going to run that bottom.
There is nobody close to Hamlin for the win of the stage. Denny, you may be surprised that you're still in
Hamlin wins stage 2. Chase, Bell, Reddick, and Blaney, your top 5. I think Byron got 6.
Beat him to the line with the momentum.
Super valuable points going the way of the Joe Gibbs Racing number 11, Denny Hamlin.
Ryan Preece and AJ Allmendinger, 9th and 10th.
But maybe his most important one. That was huge. He had to come back from some 7 seconds behind Chase Elliott to get that, catch him and pass him and head on out and get the stage win in the Straight Talk 400.
Now 1 stage remains.
COPD is
one stage remains.
I'm out of breath
Creed.
and often out of the picture.
Creed break for everybody.
But this is my story. And with one Staley trilogy, it can still be beautiful.
Now to put it to last.
Because with 3 medicines and 1 inhaler, Trilogy keeps my airways open for a full 24 hours and prevents future flare-ups. Trelegy also improves lung function, so I can breathe more freely all day and night.
Trelegy won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Do not take Trelegy more than prescribed. Trelegy may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
That's the only prediction. I think that's the only thing I need to do for this.
Ask your doctor about once daily Trelegy for COPD, because breathing should be beautiful all day and night.
Homestead isn't even the best track on the schedule.
Like barriers?
It'd be better than Phoenix, but it's not the best track on the schedule.
In this playoff season, we're looking for you.
Join us at Toyota Racing. If the first thing you think of when you see a pickup truck is this kind of hauling, we're looking for you. Join us at Toyota Racing.
That's my team out there.
If our network goes down, lives are at stake.
Our comms have to work.
Or the mission won't.
That's why we partner with Verizon Frontline, the network that truly prioritizes first responders.
So we don't worry about getting through. They're the most reliable 5G network in America. Out here, reliability.
Nah, Kansas. Kansas over Charlotte. Kansas is the best track on the schedule, period.
Choice in public safety. Learn more. Your mission is our
That's not even a question.
Dr. Patel will be administering the anesthesia now, so count back from 5 and we'll see you on the other side.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, let's do this. Gina?
No, I'm still.
Jeez, come on. What is this guy, Wolverine? Sometimes we need to do better.
But she says you can't start until her cross is here.
But we're doing the best we can.
Oh, going down?
St. Dennis Medical, November 12th on NBC and Peacock.
Yeah. Best medical comedy with Scrubs.
NBC Sports coverage of NASCAR is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Save when you bundle auto, home, or motorcycle insurance. Visit progressive.com. And by Straight Talk Wireless. Real unlimited data for fans of Fast, official partner of NASCAR. And if you're a fan of Fast, you will have enjoyed that second stage. Quality of racing was very high. Some good battles, good comebacks.
Let's have some good pit stops, guys.
Hamlin worked his way to the lead and ultimately the stage victory. And that helps big time Kim Kuhn in the championship playoffs picture.
Yeah, and for that blue and gold Napa 9
See, the hard part for those guys like Elliott, like Blaney, like Reddick is the fact that, yeah, they gained stage points today, but everybody else did too that they're racing.
No changes on that, just tires and fuel, Marty.
Christopher Bell, 14 or 13 stage points today, the fourth most. The long run so strong for this team. He's pretty happy with it. We'll see if the #1 pit crew can gain him any spots.
Yep.
Kyler Reddick said that it was better balance-wise on the 45 car that time. For stage winner Denny Hamlin.
Yeah, Hamlin won here in 13 before they went to the Championship 4 format.
Good work from the 9 team. Bell as well gaining a spot. And Blaney continues.
I didn't realize Truex was back in the top 10.
Round of 8, and these 8 have been quality in 2024. They've got one thing on their mind, being a champion at the end of this season. Phoenix, 2 weeks' time. The only one smiling at the moment is Joey Logano, who's the only one locked in to the championship 4.
You know, when I take the bike out like this, all my stress is just melted away.
I hear that.
The Porsche 963. Technically, it was born in Germany, but it was made in France, 1970. Shaped in the corkscrew at Laguna Seca. Raised in the bus stop at Daytona. Made in the 23rd hour of the 24 Hours of Le Mans. Defined in the epic comebacks and christened in the mythical moments. So yeah, like every Porsche race car, the 963 was born in Germany. But where you're born is only the start.
When's the last time I used that thing? When did it become a clothes rack?
Actually, Hamlin has 3 wins here.
Spend,
09, 13,
with
and
Erica from Bank of America.
2020.
We've come a long way together. From dirt tracks to super speedways and every track in between. Never backing down, pushing boundaries, and giving it everything we've got. Yeah, We've come a long way.
As I said, 2020.
But there's still a lot more road
As I
to
said,
run.
2020.
Goodyear, the official tire of NASCAR.
Valvoline Restore and Protect. A first-of-its-kind innovation that returns pistons to factory clean by removing up to 100% of deposits. Restore your engine to perform like new. Restore and Protect. Another first from Valvoline.
With so much great entertainment out there, wouldn't it be
You don't remember a lot of things, Shadow. Clearly, you got like short-term memory loss. Like Drew Barrymore in 51st Dates.
Introducing the second chance offer from BetMGM. What'd he say? If you bet on a player to score the first touchdown and instead he scores the second, boom, you get your money back in cash. Straight cash. Second chance, you heard? What if my guy fumbles? Some other guy scores first. Second chance. What if you need a second chance to land on the field? This offer only applies to touchdowns. You all right? I hurt my spleen.
Get the second chance offer from BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas.
I mean, that kind of tells you right there.
Well, 2013 was
the beaches, the fashion, the restaurants.
was the first year of the Gen
the
6.
places to see and visit. The general atmosphere down here, it's pretty amazing. So put it on your
Also the year of
list,
Spingate.
the return to list, because it sure is fun. Some of the drivers have said, hey, we wish we could come here more than just once a year. We are in championship discussion mode, and down the bottom, right down the very bottom, you see Joey Logano highlighted in yellow because he is locked in. He is going back to fight for a championship. I want to bring in our Hall of Famer Dale.
That's kind of
DJ.
impressive when you think about it,
You're a
that
champion.
how many people
Dan's
have
a
multiple
two-time
titles.
champion. You're both Hall of Famers. You know, your whole family knows what being a champion in this sport is all about. What do you think Joey's thinking about that opportunity to join a very select group of having 3 or more titles?
Yeah, I think Joey understands exactly the position that Paul Wolf and this team has helped put him in. And, you know, he doesn't need any more credentials to be a Hall of Famer when he retires from this. But what it does is put that...
There's races this year that you forget what happened, Shadow. So when I say that because there's been more than one instance of you saying that you didn't remember this or didn't remember that. So
I just love the fact that Paul Wolf, his crew chief, knows how to put the things in Joey Logano's hands. He might not have the fastest car when he gets to Phoenix, but what he will do is have an opportunity
95 to go when we get the restart.
to put it in the driver's
At
hands
least
who
one
knows
more
how to
pit
make
stop
things
for
happen at the
sure
end
for
when it really
fuel.
counts.
Changes your life, doesn't it? When you become
If
a
we go
champion.
green to the end, I would expect it to basically then, as soon as the window opens, to stop. So.
Company, you know, and a feeling of accomplishment as a driver and a competitor, and there's just not a feeling like it. You know, almost 25 years.
Larson's recovery back up to 11th.
Is where I secured my championship right here. We still had a race to go, but very fortunate, and I'll never forget what.
Yeah, I've discussed it already a couple of times already, Bumble. But to me, it's basically what Austin Dillon did to Joey Logano at Richmond. Same exact move. Same exact move.
Recovered all the way to 11th. So when you look at the points, right?
It's not even the first time I've seen somebody pull that same move.
Larson only 5 points behind, about a 96-lap run. Jeff, math says you may pit twice versus just once. How these playoff drivers handle this restart and this long.
See what happens. 95 to go.
Hamlin, Reddick, Blaney, Elliott that all needed to win coming in here to go to Phoenix for the chance to win the championship, and all 4 of them have put themselves in position to make it happen.
All right, ready to go back to work for the third and
A lot of racing left.
stage of the Straight Talk 400. Let's do it. Last restart was really racy, very entertaining. Look at young
Bell using the high side, wants to try to get the point. Hasn't been to the front yet today. And Blaney trying to run even lower than the two of them. Teammates on the top. Bell in the middle, going to use that middle groove.
And you're wanting your man to be a 2-time champ. He's never led this many laps in a race this year. Is this about to be 70? No, Bell will beat him to the
Bell
line.
gets the lead there.
He's led 69 laps today and is in contention for an all-important win that would lock him into the championship 4.
3 different lines.
That 12 car, because earlier
And here comes the 12.
could not take off on a restart. That one he could. So they have made the adjustments they needed to make for him to have
The car's definitely
takeoff
looking
speed.
better.
How's it working?
He wants to. Is he going to try to get the lead here?
That looked pretty good for Ryan.
Yeah. I'll say. Working, using that inside. I'm telling you, I saw Hocevar's car do that earlier, working that inside, be able to work the inside, and they got that 12 car working the inside now. He's got it.
This is what we ordered today.
Wow.
The playoff guys all grouped together.
They got that car working the inside really good right now.
Steve for a race win and a position lock.
Yeah, the 7 drivers not locked in are inside the top 9, with Larson being the furthest back. Blaney clears Elliott.
Points as they run. With Blaney leading. And look at the bad bubble race between Byron and Larson if Blaney's leading. Just a single point, now 2 points.
92 laps to go. Jeff, you said at the beginning of the race, how hard do you push your tires? If you're only planning to stop once, this would be 2 very long runs as a crew chief. I have to keep you in the loop with
Jay's going to try to change it over now. Now he drives the bottom of the racetrack.
Race in the NASCAR Cup Series are represented in the top 3 positions. Ford, Chevrolet, and
Big
Toyota.
battle between these two. And Bell watches on.
Remember, these 2 guys had contact, slight contact down the back straight earlier, Jeff.
Now, effectively, if one of them wins this race, they basically force the other one, I think, into a dire situation at Martinsville. So, it's a big battle right now.
Steve, how fascinated are you as far as the pit
And they are racing each other, too. Neither one really wanting to give.
Where do you think it's going to play? To whose advantage?
It's going to be very interesting to see who drives the pit cycle. Remember, Hamlin, Chris Gabehart stuck to their guns and ran 10 laps longer. That is excruciatingly painful while it's happening, but the pressure tires paid off.
I wonder if Hamlin's team's going to try that same split it in half.
And they're all going to know, because now, other than Hocevar right there at the bottom in that yellow and black 77, every other car in the top 8 are playoff drivers.
I'm going to say, even though he finished top 3...
I mean, this is tightened up.
I'm going to say Carson Hocevar is going to mark this one down as the race of his Cup career. Jeff, he's up there with the big dogs, the big names, and running consistently.
Hocevar is the highest he's the highest running non-playoff car.
When you're in the playoffs, you're bringing your very best. The battle
Blaney back for the lead. These two are just having a heck of a fight up here.
Champion. Going at it blow for blow, move for move. 89 laps to go here in Miami. Again,
No real advantage either. Elliott's not pulled away from Blaney, and Blaney's not really done what he's been able to do to try to clear Elliott and clear himself.
Point where I still believe in my driver, and you have every right to be up here, but I would remind him, they're all playoff drivers. You have a long career ahead of you. You deserve to be here. We're fast enough to be here. Just be very deliberate with your moves. Make sure they know where you're going.
And how about in the back of the screen, on the bottom, the 5 of Kyle Larson.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
So much trouble early in the race. Concerned they had problems with their car, damage, but...
And here comes Larson knocking on the door of this fight.
And drive inside that helmet as well. There was a lot of frustration. And you heard earlier the voice of Cliff Daniels, the crew chief for the 5, saying to Kyle Larson, we are making great progress. We think it's more you than the car, so well done. Keep doing what you're doing. And Larson
yeah.
was driven from way at the
You
back
think?
of his field to
You
now
think?
be fighting for a top 5.
Although at this point, watch out for this 5 car.
Hamlin essentially restarted 4th on that restart, 2nd row outside line.
I'd watch out for that 5 car.
Trying to take the spot. I think the strength of Hamlin's
Back into almost back into the top 5.
Gave up spots on the restart. It doesn't mean that he's not in position to win this race. We saw him early in the race have good long run speed.
And also watch out for the 11. I think those 2 cars could be the deciders today too.
He's not out of this.
And I like this version of Kyle Larson. So much is made about his race management. You see some wrecks and some mistakes. And I think it's too much conversation. I would much rather have a Kyle Larson on the loud pedal going forward. That's what he's known for. I don't care if he's in a stock car, a sprint car, an Indy car. I like an aggressive Kyle Larson.
2024, race wins matter. That's what matters.
Let's talk more about Larson. Here's Marty.
Yeah, Lee, this actually reminds me of the Las Vegas race last week for Kyle Larson. Let's go back to that. Remember they got
85 to go, at least for sure a single pit stop. They were talking that some guys might try to make it a 2-stop race, but we'll see.
They finished 11th at Las Vegas, but today they've had issues.
We'll see what strategy everybody decides to do, and we'll see which one pays off.
Back into the top 5, or actually top 6. Kyle Larson sitting in 6th right now. Who would have thought that earlier in the race?
So, Marty, he was down as low as 35th, and the reason why, for those of you just joining us late, this was earlier today in the first stage. Had a tire going down, and he, as Jeff said, fortunately, he was up nice and snug to the wall, so slapped the wall, had to dive for pit road, and brought out a caution because of the tire carcass leaving the 5. And the 5 team went
And again,
to
the battle for the lead is still on.
35th over the evolution of the remaining laps in stage 1, all of stage 2, and now here in stage 3, 35th to 6th. What a comeback.
I say this as a Blaney fan, PRK. Hocevar has been the most impressive car today. The 77 team's been the most impressive team today, straight up. There's no question there. I wouldn't even put Blaney and Elliott in that group because we know they can win races and run up front. To me, it's the clear definer. It's Hocevar that's had the race today.
Eyeballs full of the 11 car, I can tell you that, down the front straightaway.
That's
a lot of cat and mouse going on at the front right now.
From his worst spot back up to the top 5 in the final stage. You won't miss anything. Here we go.
I was glad I finally found the station that's showing the side-by-side for once. I should have just kept my mouth shut, shouldn't I? I should have just kept my mouth shut. Because they went side-by-side earlier. They did it earlier. Why? Why? They literally did it earlier in the race where it was fine side by side. Now all of a sudden it doesn't want to do side by sides.
And records. In this playoff season, we're looking for you.
Join us at Toyota Racing.
WeatherTech is known for providing the.
Oh, I hate the 9-man, so we can work on both sides and flip on either side of it.
Along with seat protectors and seat back protectors.
Let's see if there's one going
WeatherTech Cup phone with removable cups.
Okay.
Virtually any size cup.
This one's side by side now.
Virtually any size phone. Even allows
so let's switch out.
Whatever you drive, whatever.
Let's redo the tag out.
Let's just stop having AI write these, okay, guys?
And caution's out.
The Wendy's Krabby Patty Collab Burger. It has fresh, never frozen beef that's, wait for it, square. Are you ready? I'm ready. And I'm ready.
Well, I get wrecked by Hendrick cars. Namely 9 cars. I used to happen to be all the time on the Heat game. Heat 5. I always got dumped by 9 cars.
A groundskeeper. A landscaper. Because you didn't settle for ordinary. Same goes for your equipment.
80. Yeah, 80. No, 79. 79 to go.
So you get more.
We just crossed 80 to go. I would expect him to come now, or I would expect him to pit now. Maybe split it in half. I think that would be the call. Here's pit here and then split it in half. At least that's what I would do. Yeah, and everybody is to pit road.
Stops under caution here at Homestead
You gotta be quick, guys. And we're about even on. Oh! As long as we didn't speed.
No changes on the 45 except adding fresh tires and
Should get the lead as long as we didn't speed.
Does not appear so. He stays
Hocevar, big gain. Bowman gained 2, Byron lost 2.
We are under caution. Watch this. Ty Gibbs, Justin Haley. And there it goes. Haley for the second time in this race. Spinning down into turn 3. He got a little help that time though.
Ally has savings buckets to help you save for anything you want to buy. Because everyone has something they're saving for. Like that new car. Or a fancy vacation. Or party supplies. Your delivery budget. Or even the down payment on your dream home. Our savings buckets help you save for what matters most to you.
You know what's crazy?
That you're gonna eat wings in the car again?
I come prepared.
I love you. Please no more drum solos.
Boom, 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 boom.
You looking for a little trouble? You like
No, Hocevar is driver of the day.
Like barriers?
Easily. The 77 team is definitely had the race of the day in my book.
Ceilings. And records. In this playoff season, we're looking for you.
Join us at Toyota Racing.
Yoo-hoo! You're making everything orange.
We're showing where Consumer Cellular gets great coverage.
We use the same towers as Big Wireless, so you get the same coverage.
Wow.
For unlimited talk and text with reliable coverage starting at just $20, call or visit Consumer Cellular.
America, built by those who dare to dream, those who push the limits, and those who serve. At Bass Pro Shops, we stand with those who stand for our freedoms, proudly offering a legendary salute discount every day, and recently partnering with the Army and Air Force Exchange Service, becoming the official outdoor gear provider for our heroes. Because it's more than the great outdoors, it's about honoring those who protect it. Bass Pro Shops, voted America's best outdoor retailer.
We get an ID on the jumper? He recorded us having sex. She's gonna send him to everyone she knows unless she pays up. We're dealing with a sextortion ring. There are hundreds of victims.
SVU, new Thursday on NBC and Peacock.
1, 2, 3.
Let's get back to business. This is your step 2. What to, what not to. How to get bigger, better. Team Snoop, quit playing, man. You are flavorful.
The Voice, new tomorrow on NBC and Peacock.
You know, you can represent your favorite driver during the playoffs and take advantage of amazing deals at the NASCAR show.
This is nerve-wracking. This is nerve-wracking. Any fan of the drivers that are competing right now, knowing that if you win this race, you can make the championship 4, it's nerve-wracking.
Daniel Suarez, we're under caution for that collision.
I don't speak for everybody, but I'm speaking for myself. How nerve-wracking it is. Went through the nerves last year too, so you think I'd be used to them, but.
Yeah, that wasn't exactly a pretty sound. Yeah.
So any problems with the 54? Okay. Blaney allied on the front row. Blaney elects to take the top lane this time. Bell, Reddick, Hocevar, Larson, Bowman, Hamlin, Priest, and Byron, your top 10. There's going to be one more stop, Toledo, at this point, I think. I think they're basically, what they should do is probably split this the rest of this race in half. I think would be the smart move. And we're back green at Homestead. Got a good restart. Bell going to try to use that top lane. Larson trying to take the third spot from his teammate.
This is going to
He might get it.
Stories of this race today when the checkered flag falls.
Chase really sent it into 3. 75 to go. In Homestead. Points as they run with Blaney the leader. Bell and Elliott battle for second. Bell clears for second.
Playoff driver that is not in this mix is the guy who's already got a ticket to Phoenix, Joey Logano.
Yep.
He's further back in the pack, but it doesn't matter. There's no
Joey not a factor. Doesn't need to be. 74 to go. 3 wide for 4th. Larson, Reddick, and Byron. This is amazing.
Look at all the different options.
The 7 guys racing for those 3 spots are in the top 7 spots. Yep. Well, why'd they cut back there? 73 to go. Now, last year, this was the battle for the win. Bell and Blaney. 1 year later, here they are. Oh, wow. Big hit for LaJoy. Off that wall. Gibbs as well.
And this may be the end of the day for the 54. We will see.
Here comes the 20.
Battle to Blaney. Dominating race car last week. Did not get the win. So disappointed.
Again, reminds me so much of the race last year between these two. And the battle they had.
He's the defending race winner here at Homestead Miami Speedway, Christopher Bell. That green Toyota. Meanwhile, Reddick and Larson going at it.
That move by Larson, he kind of checked up and ran at the bottom to try to block the 45.
As they run, I think
and here comes his teammate to give him a little shove.
I could see them splitting this last run in half. As they run, we'll see how it all plays out, but I think that would be the smart decision, is just basically split it in half. We restarted with basically 77 to go.
Have a real chance. His car seems to get better the longer they run, but time is lost right at the beginning of these races or these runs.
You lose a few spots.
Man, Larson and Reddick continue to go at it back there.
And if you look in that bottom box, in the background, you will eventually see AJ Armendinger join the picture. The Dinger, who was already locked into the NASCAR Xfinity Series Championship 4, has raced his way from 32nd position on the grid
70 to go in Homestead.
into the top 10. What a run from AJ.
Highest running non-playoff car is that 77 of Hocevar.
This 11 car needs to light off. It needs to get going. He's got to get some track position. It's the time of the run where his car has been the best.
Meanwhile, Ryan Blaney has just a little bit over half a second advantage over Chase Elliott. And there's this group that is racing fiercely. Bell's got a buffer back to Larson and Byron and Reddick.
The lines through 1 and 2 this weekend has been more unorthodox than any race I've ever seen.
Well, there's still 2 races to go after today, PRK. Not that I think he's going to win either one, but there is still 2 races left of the season after today, so I don't think he's going to get it today, but there's still 2 races left.
Pushes his way on the low side of William Byron. Can he clear it? Not yet. They're side by side.
Watch this move down here, though. Tyler Reddick with forward momentum into 3. Watch this.
Reddick and Byron battle.
Way down in the
5th.
corner. Watch what he does on corner exit. Just hooks the line. Now he's going to slide up in front.
Losing Hutch is definitely lit a fire under them. Corey, they're playing for the fact that they lost Hutch, so that's definitely a drive for them. They did it in '91 when they lost the lineman went down.
67 laps left.
go that to a playoff berth, even though that was the last time until last year that they had won a playoff game.
Had a much-needed stage win in stage 2.
Yeah, Corey was asking me in the chat for it. It was like, yeah, that's probably why they had the fire lit on them, was because of that.
To Phoenix. Can you imagine if Kyle Larson can come back from 35th and win this race? Marty, it's 1.7 seconds.
And Larson ripping the wall there.
To Larson in 4th.
Yeah, just an unbelievable comeback for Kyle Larson and this entire 5 teammates. He gets another spot here, passing his teammate or trying to chase Elliott for the 2nd position. And with the game on the line, it's a new game right now for Kyle Larson. But
hello, 5 car.
Take me behind the wheel. Larson has spent the majority of this race racing 20th on down. How different is the game for Larson behind the wheel now that he's in the top 5?
Mike something. It was Mike with a, its last name started with a U. I can't remember how to say his last name right now.
You get back in the pack and the car drives like it has.
But he was lost. I think he had some sort of neck injury is what it was. And the team kind of rallied around that and rode it all the way to make the playoffs, and that was their last playoff win, the 91 season. If Cody's still in the chat, I have looked that up for me. Oh, yeah. That's it. And see, I was more of a casual fan, Chuck, than I was notable, but it has been nice to see, well, just the fans. My cousin's a longtime fan, and to see just how much they embraced what happened, you know, the run last year.
The use of your pedals, steering wheel, and it's all based on what you're feeling.
Well, you should have won here last year, Ken, until he ran into the barrels. Right now, I'm just crossing my fingers. I want to see that 12 win. I honestly want to see both Penske cars make it. Because I have a pool with my coworker. We took a bunch of guys. We each took like 6 guys over the course of the season, and we had our individual battles in races for highest finisher. But for the championship, we got $25 on the championship, and one of my guys is in already, Logano. And if I could get Blaney in, that'd be 2. And I swapped them I swapped him. I gave him Reddick for Blaney after the cutoff race at Richmond.
As it should be. At this point in the season, I understand we saw Blaney and Logano work.
Now he's got Larson, Byron, Reddick, and Elliott. I have the other 4. So one of my guys is in already. If Blaney wins, that'd be 2.
Look in the face after your performance and your sponsors, and you want to get it done.
So we'll see.
Edging ever so close to getting in the neighborhood of some stops starting to happen soon.
Yeah.
Who's going to play it differently?
We're going to be getting into the window here before too long.
Changes today. A track record. It has been quite the race. That's what the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs are all about.
Keeping my fingers crossed. I feel like this race got away from us last year against Bell. I think Bell just had the better car late in the run. And yes, we did win Martinsville to make it to Phoenix and win everything last year, but I really think this race got away from us last year. No, actually, I think Reddick. Somebody led the most laps, led more than Chase's 39 that he had led. I forget which one had more. What's this commercial for? Sunoco? It must be, yeah, Sunoco.
That's my team out there.
If our network goes down, lives are at stake.
Our comms have to work.
Or the mission won't.
That's why we partner with Verizon Frontline,
the network that truly prioritizes first responders.
So we don't worry about getting through. And they're the
Closer to that window. Right now, they're not in the window where they can make it, I don't think.
extreme or routine, Verizon Frontline delivers.
The #1 network
Not quite
choice
there
in
yet.
public safety. Learn more. Your mission is our purpose.
WeatherTech products are designed and manufactured in America using only American raw materials. Most competitors make things 7,000 miles
A couple
away.
scraped it there.
And wonder why they don't fit. With WeatherTech in your
One for
vehicle,
sure
you
smoked
hear
it.
angels singing as you marvel. How do they
Maybe
do
that
it?
pink car was it like
American
really smoked
technology
it.
and American workers deliver quality, not imported junk for a few bucks less. Get the gold standard in floor liners and support America. Find your fit at WT.com.
He's an exceptional assassin. His code name's Jackal. He never looks the same way twice. I know I can find him. I like to win. So do I.
55 to go.
56 laps to go.
Getting closer to that window opening.
What a day it's been here in Florida. And could it be the day that this man here, the reigning Cup Series champion, Ryan Blaney, races his way into the championship 4? Well, it's appropriate he's on screen because he has the Xfinity fastest lap of this race. He locked himself in last year at Martinsville. It was the first time that he made the championship 4, and he converted. He came away with the Cup title. Could he
Yeah, he
do it
passed
again?
Kyle
He has to
Larson
wait until Martinsville.
to win that title last
Talk more
year.
about the Team Penske Ford is Marty Snyder.
About to be 54 laps to go, leave, and right now Team Penske and Ryan Blaney have control of the race. So if you divided up this last run, it would be 2 37-lap runs. But Steve, take me inside your playbook here on top of the pit box. All day long, Jonathan Hassler has been aggressive. He's been pretty much the first playoff driver and crew to come to pit road early in a run. If you're Hassler, do you split it in half, or do you play that same strategy? It has worked for them in stage 1 and 2. Would you do it again?
Well, the problem is I think it worked better for Denny Hamlin in stage 2, who's split it closer to half.
Yeah, I think you better. If I'm Hassler, you split it in half. Just split it in half. So that way you have best tires.
Stretch your lead. If you can get a big enough lead over the 9, then you don't have to be first to pit road. You can let someone else play their hand, and you can counter. The problem is that under 2 seconds, if the 9 comes to pit road and you come the next lap, the 9 will be the leader. That's really the challenge here. It's a little bit of a cat and mouse, but I expect pit stops, the front wave, to be in about 7 or 8 laps, and others to wait almost 15 or 16 laps.
Is the Coke on board for Chase Elliott?
Ryan's pit crew, they've been great today.
I just want to go back to something Marty mentioned before talking about crew chief Jonathan.
Getting the job done. We need one more solid stop, I think.
Constantly improved on our intermediate track package. And he said, we got to see that at Kansas, and despite last weekend's misfortune in Las Vegas, we are going to go to Homestead Miami Speedway with a lot of optimism and a lot of confidence. And we are seeing that right here in front of us now.
I'm amazed that, think about Penske, how they won the last 2 championships.
I'll blame myself, Corey. I'll blame myself.
Playoff start, they get really, really good. And here we saw it with Logano. Very, very smart race to lock himself in. Now Blaney in a great position to lock himself in.
Really, the top 2 have had good pit crews today. Reddick's is the crew that struggled today.
Ford is the first to lock itself.
Ryan and Chase's crews both have been good today, consistent. Reddick's is the one that's been shaky today.
Get fast at this time of the year.
50 to go here in Miami.
Someone's going to show their hand first. The question is who?
Well,
I think it's got to be Hamlin.
Non-playoff guy.
I know he's
Kozlowski.
You know, for his strategy, Steve, better on long runs, but he's so far back, and he can't trust his pit crew to have the pit stop he needs.
Bubba in.
And here's the 23 of Bubba Wallace, the front end not doing what he wants. He also is having trouble with the glare, he said, Dave.
Brad Keselowski on pit road for tires and fuel.
This is going to be the first of the playoff, guys. To make what will be the final stop of the race, should we stay green. Dylan Agrala came in, Bush came in, Barry's in, LaJoy, Gregson.
Scope of pit exit and rejoining the racing surface. When will this man come to pit road?
Byron going to be the first? Looks like it. Lowest running of the 8 is going to be of the 7 is going to hit pit road. Byron's going to be the one to tip everybody else's hand. See who's next.
And to think that Williams started 25th and has been
With
running
47 laps to go in Homestead. It's going to be the Hendrick duo. Chase and Larson are in. And Larson with a lot of gain ground on his teammate coming to pit road. Gotta have a clean stop though. Chase 9-2. Ooh, Larson's crew a little quicker. Blaney gonna come in now. Is Bell gonna come in right behind him, or is he gonna stay out?
A little bit free there coming onto pit road. Blaney said, I need just a little bit of help, just some more real security. He said the car is absolutely terrific.
Yep, Bell came with him. Hands the lead to Reddick.
He said, I definitely get better the longer we run. So pitting on the early side with 46 to go.
Come on, Blaney, come on. Clean stop, guys. Been good all day. 9-4 is decent. 9-4 is decent, but Chase's crew had a 9-8-9.
The cars that have pitted, who will maintain control? It should be Blaney, I would have thought, but the 9 and the 5 did come to pit road a lap earlier. They're on the banking, the 12's on the access road. It's going to be very close. I think the 9 will easily go by. The question is, will the 5 go by as well? Once again, green flag cycle. The 9 of Elliott to the lead of the green flag pitting cars. The 5 of Larson.
Gotta get that takeoff. Come on, Ryan. Get ahead of that 5.
I like this call for the 11. Jeff, I know you said he could come early because he was
there
so
we go.
far back, but earlier
all right.
in the race, the 11 ran long.
A little worried about that, but at least we got back to the 9, so that's good. Oh yeah, that 5 was 8.9. Sorry, Dave. Sorry, Drew. My bad.
More speed than the 11 car. It's going to boil down to who can have the best pit stops, and I do not have confidence on the 11 pit.
So I'm the opposite. I don't have confidence for pit stall 1. I think the 11 can flip Reddick out of pit stall 1. Look at this. Look at this.
I think Blaney's car is better. I honestly think this 12 car is better. And he's got the fresher tires, too. Get him, Ryan. Come on. Yes! All right. Okay. All right. Makes me feel a little bit better. Makes me feel a little bit better now. Now I just need the stops to cycle.
So he's going to run all the way out on this run and hope for the Hail Mary yellow. I think the 11 may not have to do that. I think he can run like 6 or 7 laps and then come get fresher tires and run them back down. I like Billy Scott's plan, though. He said, hey, we couldn't win from there. We weren't the first one on pit road. So I think you might have a differing of opinion here. The 45 of Reddick can probably run another 30 laps.
All right.
On fuel.
I just got to...
33 laps on fuel. Can't go to the finish. The question
Come
is,
on.
will Hamlin come and get tires and just try to run those cars down?
And it shows you their mindset. They feel like if they're going to advance in the playoffs, they have to win, right? If you think about it, no playoff drivers have had a bad day. So no one's opened the door to say, hey, we might could point ourselves in.
So let's just set the stage. We have this whole group up here.
I can understand the Hail Mary out of the 45 bunch because they do coming into the day that they possibly have to win the race. So.
Currently is down here. Blaney, Elliott, Larson, Bell, Byron. Those cars have pitted. They can make it on fuel. They are racing. They can't worry about Reddick and Hamlin. That has nothing to do with them at the moment. They have to race each other like that is for the race win.
Bell executes that move nicely on William Byron. 41 laps to go here in Miami. We got differing strategies with it all.
The top 10 cars have yet to pit.
Somebody is going to get locked in.
Ooh, 44 slow, J.J. Yealy. Looks like he got a piece of the fence. He's going to get to the access road. Well, he's on the access road, so he should be okay.
There you go. They're giving him instructions.
Yeah.
Opening on the backstretch, doing a
Shouldn't
nice
be a
job
problem.
Not being part of this conversation. 37 laps on the tires.
Looks like he's going to turn into the, I think there's an access point on the, yeah. There's an access point, I think, on the back straightaway that they could turn into.
The next lap or two. He's currently about 15 car lengths behind Reddick. Will Hamlin play that strategy of fresh tires and try to run him down? 39 to go. Next lap by will be dead.
39 to go.
In the middle on the run. That will kind of tell the tale for the 11.
That strategy won stage 2, Steve.
The difference was he had 10 lap fresher tires there. This would be, well, this would be 9 lap fresher. So really the same idea. 8 lap fresher. Big decision for the 11.
Daly makes it back to pit road. Cindric in now.
He is 11.
Hamlin's gonna pit now.
Fresh tires for 11 of Hamlin. Same strategy as before. First thing he has to do, get on pit road without an issue. Next, a pit stop. If the 11 team is going to deliver, now is the time. This could be Denny Hamlin playoff hopes here at Miami.
Dave, it worked in stage 2. Let's see how it's going to work here in the all-important third
Bowman's
stage.
in with him.
Strategy, and they had to coach Denny a little bit today on getting into his box exactly where they needed him to be. So
Briscoe in as well.
Let's see if he does it here solidly into his pit stall. Does not skid the tires. What kind of a time will this be for him as people continue
Watching the pit stop time. Again, the fastest we've seen so far is the 8.9 from Larson's crew. 9.2.
When this worked before, Ryan Blaney is already on the backstretch, so he is going to be more like 14 or 15 seconds back of the 12 car. I just don't know in 37 laps.
The only thing I want to see right now is that white flag. We got 36 to go, just crossing my fingers.
And Blaney's coming on the front stretch. That's the difference, Dave.
On pit road, Joey Logano, nothing in the front, nothing in the rear. He was very unhappy with his race car. He'll get 4 tires and fuel.
The other big difference is, remember last time the 11 dropped out in absolute clean air. He had a perfect racetrack. Now he has traffic in front, which is going to hurt the Goodyears. Running the bottom, grinding the rubber off those front tires, trying to make that corner.
Able to clear. He's so far back, though, there's no saving, right? You not managing tires whatsoever. You essentially got 35 qualifying laps you got to go make.
First task, unlap yourself. First task, run the 45 down and unlap yourself. That way, if a yellow comes out, you're in the mix with only a few cars on the lead lap.
Which is exactly what Hamlin's going to do here.
Yellow, you have a chance. There you go, task at hand. He's passing the 45 right here to unlap himself. 14 seconds back for Hamlin. It's going to be a heck of a drive. We've seen it at Darlington work. We've seen him do it at Richmond. Can he pull that same sort of magic off here at Miami?
This kills Jeff when I tell you that you're correct, Stevie, but that on-the-fly math was pretty impressive. You said 14 seconds.
I've made a lot of bad calls. I know it looks like he's 14 seconds behind.
You don't have to tell me he can do math. I can promise you that. He's the smartest guy I've ever worked with.
35 for Hamlin.
34 laps to go. Tyler Reddick is the last car that has yet to hit pit road. Yeah, it's literally going to be like last week. A Gibbs car chasing a Penske car on fresher tires. It's literally going to be the same race as last week. How about that? 1 week difference. We're literally going to have. We're literally in the same situation as we were last week. On the same track type, too, 1.5 miles.
Drowning in debt.
I had over 30 $36,000 in
He can't make it to the end of the race for it. He has to pit. There's no... He cannot stretch it to the end of the race.
National debt relief can significantly reduce the amount you owe.
National debt relief.
I'm crossing my fingers, Bumble. I feel like one got away from us here last year. So it'd be more, for me it'd be more that, the fact, revenge for last year's race here, but fingers crossed.
With so much great entertainment out there, wouldn't it be easier if you could find what you want all in one place?
At this point, just want to see that white flag, because then at that point, you know, no matter what happens, the race is going to end. So that's all I want to see.
With Netflix, Apple TV Plus, and Peacock included for only $15 a month.
All right, we got your home and auto bundled, and you saved hundreds.
Oh, that's nice with the economy and all.
What's the economy?
31 to go. Reddick leads Blaney. He's the only one that has yet to make his final pit stop. And he will have to stop. He cannot make it on fuel.
Look, all you really need to know is that
His last stop was with 77 to go. Way outside the window. But they're trying to Hail Mary here to see if they can maybe catch a break and keep some guys lapped down here. Only have a few lead lap cars.
Is the moment. Pressure cooker situation. Steeled focus on detail. Driven by heart. And the resolve to make a run for the ages.
30 to go.
The NASCAR playoffs continue at Martinsville on NBC.
The race is on here in Miami to lock the next driver into the championship for. Who will it be? We have
I'm on pins and needles right now, guys. I'm just saying. I'm on pins and needles right now. The opportunity is there. It's just a matter of can we get it. Larson did get his teammate. You're right about that.
Has not come in like everybody else. Or is it going to work for Denny Hamlin, who is on the charge?
No.
So the 45 of
I don't want to do it, Bumble.
For a yellow. He can't make it to the finish. He has a 14-second lead, giving up about a second a lap. He is looking for the lotto ticket, the scratch-off winner, a car in the fence, a yellow, and all the cars on the track will have to pit, including Reddick. Hopefully he can keep the lead on the pit cycle. Behind Reddick, we have Ryan Blaney, who's out here. He's on 20-lap tires. He's trying to run as fast as he can run while keeping the lead, because behind him is Larson and Bell. So for Blaney, this is all about
Bell actually got Chase as well. Bell is all over Chase.
Blaney's in the middle of all this traffic, so he is on old tires. He's going to go slower already, but Hamlin in completely clean air. He is laying lap time down. He is way faster, almost a second faster lap, because Blaney is stuck in the middle.
Absolutely, Bumble. I think that's true. I don't think you'll see anybody stay out.
Good, clean track is trying to help the 12 of Blaney. And for the 11 of Hamlin, can 9-lap fresher tires run down all these cars for the lead?
Well, he's done it from 14 seconds down to 8 seconds is the gap now. This is
26 seconds. Or 26 laps to go. Come on.
There's something about Denny's mentality. He loves to be the aggressor, the
At this point, I like Larson, but anybody but a Hendrick car at this point. God, I so badly want Blaney to get this.
Winner of the second stage. Can he catch these front guys?
And he is getting a ton of information.
Come on.
This is the problem Blaney has. He has been trying to get by Ross Chastain. Finally underneath him, he's got to make this pass, and behind him is Kyle Larson. If Blaney can get by the 51, and he does, that is a major move right there, because now he has a good quarter of a straightaway before the next guy. Good clean air is going to help his lap time.
And Larson's thinking, I don't know about Hamlin, and I don't know about Reddick, but I want to pass Blaney. I want to go up here and win the race if this is the correct pit strategy.
And if they start racing each other, they will get slower, and that will help Hamlin.
6.5 seconds from Blaney.
24 laps.
The gap keeps coming down.
And in big chunks.
Come on.
Half a second, 1 second a lap. Let's see what this clean air lap is for Blaney. That'll tell the
Come on, Ryan. You got the better of him at Phoenix last year. You can hold him off here.
Comeback from Kyle Larson and the 5 team at Hendrick Motorsports. At one point in this race was 35th. He's now racing in 3rd.
Come on.
Almost sort of 2nd, depending on how things work out for Tyler Reddick.
Oh, the 5 just had a little issue there in the middle of the corner. I wasn't sure what.
5 had a moment there.
Slowed down or hit the wall, but he gave up a big chunk of time.
All right, this is where Blaney's got to make lap time. Larson as well.
There you go. Hamlin, Blaney, same lap time. That's not going to work for Denny Hamlin. Doesn't have the pace in the Toyota with Blaney.
Come on, Ryan.
Hamlin in clean air. So equal to equal, the math says no go for the 11 car.
Oh, this just happened to Denny Hamlin.
Hamlin get the wall off his 4.
Speed. A little bit of
Yep.
contact. That's why that lap time was down.
That's right. Risk versus reward. Guess what? If there's 3 more inches to take, now's the time to take it. Remember, Hamlin came in below the cut line, Dave. He's thinking this is a must-win.
Yeah, the math that he had to
Ooh,
do
Bell Chase.
in the year trying to make the championship.
That was
So
close.
Chris Gabehart, the crew chief, knows that he's got
Bell's car took off center of the corner there.
to the win either this week or next. Listen.
Keep digging. I can wait no time. Every car we got to go right by.
Cracking the whip, trying to keep him encouraged, trying to keep him motivated, and trying to get him to the front of this field.
And he's stabilized, Dave. It's down back to 6.5 seconds is the gap from Blaney to Hamlin.
Now Hamlin has the problem. He now has caught traffic. 51 car moving out of his way, being respectful.
I think he got it out of 3, Thomas, a little bit.
Normally not. Normally you fight the leader to stay on the lead lap. Hamlin's hoping
21 to go.
duking it out up here side by side.
It's a good chance they will.
Yes, for sure.
Knowing what's on the line.
He didn't tell Hamlin what to do or how to do it.
Come
He
on,
just
Ryan.
stated a fact. We can waste no time.
Want this bad.
All right, so let's look at lap times here. Blaney, a 34.50. Denny Hamlin coming across the line, 34.50. That is not enough lap time.
Needs to stay green.
6.2 seconds from Blaney to Hamlin.
That's going to help a little bit. Lap car between the 2 of them. Just for a split second. Reddick has to pit, homegrown. Reddick cannot make it. He has to pit, period. Effectively, the battle for the win is right here. Unless Hamlin can run them both down.
45 leading, running much slower laps. Diff just pointed out also needs fuel. The next car in line on this graphic, the 12 of Blaney. First car with enough fuel to make it to the finish. He's battling Larson, Elliott, Bell, and then Hamlin.
Yeah, I think Hamlin's even. I think you're right. I think he evened out with where Blaney and Larson is.
Hamlin, 20 laps is a long time. One little touch of the wall by anyone can make a difference.
Let's give a shout out to the lead non-playoff driver in the Cup Series, that is. AJ Allmendinger, 32nd to 8th.
Damn, what happened? Oh, okay, Hocevar's still in the top 10. I thought, like, where'd Hocevar go?
He locked his way in to the
19 to go.
of the NASCAR Xfinity Series. So he's cruising, Jeff. He's cruising the next couple of weeks to Phoenix.
Yeah, he's excited about his opportunity.
Bell and Elliott continue to battle for that position. Provisional 3rd. Currently for 4th, but provisional 3rd once Reddick pits.
Stage points. He came in here in pretty good shape on points, and he just didn't want to have a bad day. He didn't need great. He just needed solid.
So while Hamlin has got by Byron, that gap is still stabilized at around about 6 seconds from Blaney to Hamlin. Can Hamlin do something magical here over the last 18 laps while Kyle Larson turns up the heat on Ryan Blaney?
Kyle Larson is at his
Come
best
on.
under full attack. Dirt car, Indy cars, sprint car.
Hold him off.
This is
I know that's a tall order, but
this is a great battle. We knew we had it with these 8 drivers. Logano shocked us all a week ago. We just knew this
come on,
is the
Ryan,
type of
hold him
performance
off.
it was going to take by all of these guys. I mean, look at them. They're 1 through 7.
What about the juxtaposition of these two? Kyle Larson started on the front row.
Hamlin's gonna get Hamlin's gonna get Bell and Elliott.
Hamlin, his teammate Bell, and Chase Elliott, and Hamlin just blows by him.
If Hamlin wins the race, that's the move. 2 for 1 in 1 lap. That would be the difference. He's going to need some help from the leaders, some racing out of the leaders to run him down.
As he goes down the backstretch, Ryan Blaney and Kyle Larson are into turn 4 now. They're in their own little battle. Again, Larson
16 to go. It's not yet the battle for the lead yet.
Look at this, Jeff. Awesome on the front stretch.
Bell and Chase Elliott battling each other.
Come on, Ryan. The opportunity is there.
It's going to be interesting because as they close in on Reddick doesn't have much tire to run with, but you know he's got to hold out because at yellow you want to be the leader.
And Hamlin, nothing but clean air. He is completely clean now.
Reddick is in.
Oh, there comes
Reddick is in. The lead goes back to Blaney with 15 to go.
Finally time for tires and fuel out of the 45 car. I like the gamble. We talk all the time about must-wins and what you're willing to do. Billy Scott proved, Dave, he was willing to gamble.
And, Steve, what was so interesting to me, though, is that was from 5th position. He knew that was not a winning race car from there. He knew Tyler couldn't simply drive by the cars that were in front of him, so that was the move he made. Similar at that time.
Hold him off. It's going to be a fight. You got to fight. This may be our only shot. I mean, I know we won Martinsville last year, but I really don't want to have to go to Martinsville in a must-win. I'd rather go there knowing we got the spot.
Run down pit road for Tyler Reddick.
Now, the interesting thing is Reddick is going to try to blend out in front of this 12 car right here, or at least these new tires, to get back in front of the 12 because, look, I mean, anything can happen in these races. You want to just make sure you get on the lead lap.
You'll be able to watch this new tire.
Yeah, watch this.
Yeah, he should be able to send it here and just clear them.
How much better
Ryan, let that 45 go. Just let him go. Don't worry about him right now. 13 to go.
Right there. For Hamlin, I think the good is gone. There's just not enough left in those good years. 6 seconds back. Too much time. But remember, Blaney and Larson, will they get racing? Will they slow each other down? Look at Larson off the top.
Well, you see, the 12 is called the 3 of Austin Dillon, and he has had trouble.
Come on, Dillon, get out of the way.
Look how close this is. 12.5 laps to go. They touch. And Brown goes. Larson, can he catch it? He cannot.
God, fuck you, Larson. Are you kidding me? Wow, nice intense spin, Larson. You gotta save that car. Come on. You gotta save that car. Seriously? I mean, I like you, Kyle, but come on.
He just left pit road. He's back in the lead lap. He can stay out. He's going to be the leader of the race with like 1 lap tires.
It's like, you could have saved that, Larson. I mean, he had that thing saved. He had it saved. I don't know why he let the thing come all the way around. I mean, he had it. Damn it.
Watch this right here. Do you see?
Damn it.
The 12 of Blaney trying to get by Austin Dillon. He tries to go underneath him. Larson sees the move, so he takes the top. They're so much faster because they're on new tires. He tries to split the middle and just loses the car. This is the type of move that Larson talked about. I'm too aggressive sometimes. It makes me go fast, but sometimes it's poor decisions. In my eyes, pushing the issue really hard here to win the race, which you want him to do, but in decent point position, not sure that's the move you want to make at this point.
How close did he come to saving it? There's the answer. He went for it, and unfortunately it didn't work. This is what it sounded like.
I mean, I would have rather them be able to fight it out than have to another late race yellow, you know?
He'll modulate the throttle. Now he's on the gas, on the gas, on the gas, trying to keep the car from backing into the wall. But to Steve's point, the advantage is, look, he never quits going forward. He keeps his forward momentum. Hamlin was far enough behind him that he actually blended up right at the 11. So I don't know if he's going to be.
No, Larson just made he tried to make the move between Dillon and Blaney, and it just didn't work out. But I really think he could have saved that. God damn it!
Reddick will probably stay out 2 laps on his tires. That's a conversation for after the pit stops. Right now, it's pit crew time. K&A pit crew.
I can't blame him for going for the win. I'm more pissed that we had to have a yellow there. Damn.
The 11 team of Denny Hamlin. They have not been able to get it done. All of that goes away. If you can make it happen right now, it is championship winning time. You win this race today, you go to Phoenix, and you have an opportunity.
I'd hate to be burned in this race back-to-back years, you know. We got burned in this race last year, and I'd hate to get burned in this race again this year, you know. No, they got too many laps on the tires to take two. You can't, Thomas. The only one who could possibly take 2 tires is Reddick if he elected to pit, which no, he's going to stay out. Come on, guys. Come on. Good stop. 9-4, good. Would have liked a little better one than that, but 9-4 is still good. Should get out with the lead. Or, well, lead of the guys that pitted. No, they all had too many laps on the tires. Everybody was going to have to pit and take 4 tires because they were not going to be able to. They were not going to be able to.
Made a mistake. There was such a gap coming on pit road, Steve. You couldn't overcome that. Great job by this team.
And there's a good feeling. The morale is high right there. You can see it. For Denny Hamlin's
Come on,
squad.
Ryan. We got one. We got to get one.
They have a chance.
We got to get one. We got to get Reddick.
Championship 4 right here today. So let's give a little. Let's take a look at this 5's pit stop.
We got to get Reddick.
One that brought out the yellows. I don't know if there was any damage, repair. Let's just take a look. The stop's pretty decent. Right side's going on. Pretty clean on the right. We're coming to come around to the left.
See, I would have watched and see if they would have pulled the fender off, and the left front just checked it.
I couldn't tell what was happening back there. The jack dropped, but the driver didn't leave, so I don't know if someone was on the radio. It's hard to say. Pit time is 11.6, but that kind of goes for when the car.
Well, no, we only got one ahead of us. We only got Reddick. You're gonna restart on the front row. It's just a matter of clearing Reddick off the start.
Communication, some repair that had to be done to a side, you know.
I'm not too worried about Denny and Chase because we got to get Reddick. We're going to be on the front row. It's just a matter of getting Reddick.
When you spin out and the roof flap comes up, it pulls the pin and it drops the diffuser flap. So the 5 car, they do their pit stop, but then a crew member has to go down and push that flap up, and it latches itself. Let's just take a look right here. As the 5 spins around, when you watch this right side roof flap come up right there, that pulls the pin. That releases the diffuser flap. So the 5 of Larson had to come down and fix that flap back up. Maybe we take another
Well, obviously they're all going to be hungry, Chad, we know that.
Back here, the back of the car is what we're looking for. So right sides are great. The crew goes around.
Everybody knows what's on the line.
It's the tire changer that does it. Let's see who reaches around and snaps that flap back up. Right here. Right tire changer. Slap. That's actually really good job to only lose 6. Great work. Marty.
Yes, Steve, Cliff Daniels apologized, actually said, hey, we would have had 0 downforce had we not done that. We had no choice. We had to do what we had to do, and now Larson will restart 10th with 9 to go as of right now.
10th, but only 4 points below the cut line with the 45 leading. So let's talk about the 45. He runs long on tires, hopes to get a yellow, comes down pit road, then the yellow comes out. Basically 2 laps on his tires. Most tracks.
Restart going to come right here.
I would say he's as good as everyone else.
Yep. So it'll be 7 to go for the restart.
Look, I didn't know where Hamlin would line up. Hamlin's going to line up behind the 45. Earlier in the race, there was 4 laps on the tires, and they drove by those cars like they were stopped. So I don't know how Reddick will restart, but if he's able to pull this off on 2-lap older tires, it's going to be a heroic performance.
And if you
Yeah, it has been a good one, Bumble. I'm just hoping it ends well enough.
95 laps today. Chase Elliott has led 81. Ryan Blaney has led 46. And Jeff, Denny Hamlin 16. There's your first 4 guys.
Yeah, and all of them racing for an opportunity to win a championship on top of that. All right, so let's set the stage.
The problem is he's got to fire off and beat Reddick into 1.
Not make enough grip. So what does that mean? You have to surprise them. You got to leave the restart zone and have an advantage getting into turn 1. If you're Blaney on the bottom,
7 laps to go.
If you can enter side by side with Reddick, you can have an advantage.
We gotta go. We can't. Well, I get around here. We don't have a lot of laps.
All 4 of us are in the same boat at points, aren't we? We all pretty much need to win. Yes, sir. Nothing to lose. Go get it.
Don't even make me think about that, Bumble, because this was the same amount of laps to go as that race too. So don't remind me of that.
I mean, the crowd is on its feet. The place is packed. This is what they
We'll see what happens. 7 to go. If you win, you're in.
You have that opportunity right here, right now. Racing for a shot to be a Cup Series champion. Blaney's on the defense.
Oh, nice defense.
Goes on the inside, on the attack. Here comes Hamlin on his own driver.
4 wide. 4 wide for the lead. Blaney tucks in behind Hamlin. Hamlin gets the lead. Come on, Ryan. Go get him. You can clear Chase here. Go get him. Go get him with 6 to go. Come on. Get up after him. Go get him. Get that lead. Come on. Clear him. Clear him up. Oh, come on. So close. Side by side off the corner. Come on. Come on, man. Come on.
He's following his boss up on that higher line.
5 to go at Homestead.
From 20th starting spot. He made really
Come on, Ryan. I think you got to go back to the top here. I don't know if you can run the bottom. Yep, go back to the top. That's it.
5 laps, everyone will forget about the first 2 rounds. Forget about Atlanta. Forget about the poor performance.
You've been better up there on the top. Go back to the top. That's right. Stay there. Kind of run him back down now.
Hamlin hasn't been in the championship for 3 years. The 3 times
Right against the white line. Come on, Ryan. 4 to go.
And he can confirm that in 4 laps. He can confirm an opportunity to go to Phoenix in 4 laps. Larson still fighting, not giving up.
Come on. Come on.
With Martinsville next week. Ryan Blaney is not giving up. Look at that.
Not giving up. Not giving up. Come on, man.
He's inching up closer and closer.
3 to go. He may be able to make a move if we get to this last lap. Gotta go high. Gotta stay high here. Unless you're not. Unless you're right behind. Unless you're right back behind him. Ooh, Reddick just clipped it.
That was a big run down the back straightaway. Blaney was fast on the bottom. He's going to go to the right to the middle of the racetrack.
2 to go. 2 to go this time. All right, stay on it. Stay on it. 2 to go.
3 miles is going to turn.
Oh, I don't know if I would have gone low in 1 and 2.
Oh, big run in the middle of the corner by Blaney.
Got a good run on the bottom, though. Off 2. Is he going to be side by side? Yes, he's side by side.
Down the back straight.
Side by side with him. Come on. Clear him into. Got him. Got him. Come on. 1 to go, buddy. Come on. 1 to go. Come on. You got to hold off at 45. I know Reddick's going to try to make a run here. Come on, Ryan. Come on. Hold him off. 1 more corner. 1 more set of corners. Oh, I don't like that he gave him. He gave him it. Oh my God. Reddick's in. Wow. He gave it to him. What? What in the world? The hell? I mean, way to go, Reddick. But he fucking gave it to him. What the hell was that? I mean, what? I mean, attaboy to Reddick, but Huh?
And this week, fellas, he's in victory lane.
I mean, I'm happy for Reddick, but he basically gave it up.
The boss is happy. Fellas, it's the gift that just keeps on giving. This year, incredible.
That's one of the most magical final laps driven I have seen in quite some time. That move by Tyler Reddick, I feel crushed for Ryan Blaney. I'm not sure he did anything wrong. Reddick was just amazing.
That's back-to-back years we got screwed in the, at Homestead. We got to basically win Martinsville.
He'll relive that last half mile time and time again, but I just believe
We had it. We cleared Hamlin. We had it. It just had to be. Just had to run the high lane in 3 and 4. I don't know why he went to the middle.
But at the same time, if he didn't feel comfortable with his car to go to the top of the racetrack, then he felt like Reddick was just going to drive underneath him. Dave.
Michael, what kind of a Game 7 moment was
God.
that from your driver?
Actually, everybody. I mean, Billy made a call.
I mean, props to Reddick. I can't be mad about that. Reddick ran a clean. Reddick took advantage of the high lane. I just don't know why he didn't take the high lane.
Little kid drove his ass off. I'm proud of him.
What do you think that final lap?
I don't know what he was doing.
He just went for it, and I'm glad. We needed it. We needed it.
And you got it. Michael Jordan going to the championship 4 with a chance to win it, Marty.
Well, they were still on 2-lap older tires than everybody, but
Las Vegas, Tyler Reddick told me I was too aggressive. Billy Scott talked to him this week, and he said, no, you weren't. Do not lose that aggressive nature. And with one of the most aggressive passes in NASCAR history, Tyler Reddick earns a shot at a championship in 2024.
Logano and Reddick. Oh, man. Man.
The regular season champion will race for a title.
Man.
Taking a seat in the championship 4 in 2 weeks. I'm sure there's one co-owner who wants to give his driver a hug. So Tyler, I saw you pull it off. How did you pull it off?
I don't know. We're back in the corner, man. We had nothing else. We had no other choice. I know we were on a tire deficit, and here at Homestead, that's a death sentence, but I don't care. We did what it took to win this race. We're fighting for a championship.
What was your thought process going into turn 3?
Oh, the broadcast.
Good job, kid. Man, good job.
He said he was so proud of you for the way you drove. What was your thought
It was a
process
fun
going into
race.
three?
It's
Did you
just
think there was any way to pull
God,
that move off?
I'm disappointed. It's like we had it.
Sunbow.
We had it till turn 3.
I just knew I need to get to, even with him on his right side door, I didn't care what he did, but he raced me clean. I appreciate it, but just really, really excited that we're going to get to have a shot at this championship.
Yeah, what would it mean to bring a NASCAR championship to the man who just hugged you, Michael Jordan?
It'd mean the world. We thankfully can take off from Martinsville a little bit and get ready for Phoenix, but we're pumped.
Boy, it looked like it was over for Tyler Reddick at one point in that last little run, but a caution came at the right time. Now they're going to race for a championship, Lee.
Everybody's saying, how did you do that? He did it with skill and guts. And the
Man, that hurts.
team are overjoyed.
That hurts. I mean, I'm happy for Tyler. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy for Tyler, but that hurts.
He looks like he's going to hit the fence. So much speed.
That one hurts.
Rips the fence in 3 and 4. Clears the 12.
Billy Scott, crew chief, with a great call. Put it in Tyler Reddick's hands.
I just hope he can win Martinsville.
Took this race.
Michael Jordan almost didn't have words. He did it. Almost speechless.
Different drivers led the last 3 laps, but it was Tyler Reddick, 2311 Racing, who
I just hope we can win Martinsville.
all the way to victory lane in spectacular style.
looking for a little trouble? You like watching things get broken? Like barriers? Glass ceilings? And records?
Well, I already have Joey and Corey, so yeah, he probably is.
We're looking for you.
Join us at Toyota Racing.
Soft drinks are just $1 at Wendy's. Any size, anytime. 3 p.m. Dollar Fanta.
Yeah, I gave him Reddick. I gave him Reddick because I wanted Blaney.
6 a.m. Coke. You're so free. Dollar soft drinks, any size, gotta be Wendy's.
You're so much more than just a landowner. You're a gardener, a groundskeeper, and a landscaper. That's why you need versatile.
I just hate it because that's the second year in a row that we had a chance to win this race. You know, last year we lost it to Bell, and then that last corner. And again, I can't be mad at Reddick. I mean, Reddick did what he had to do in that last 2 corners. It sucks to go to Martinsville knowing that we're pretty much in a must-win.
And will points leave closer than they came in, Jeff, right? Because I think Larson and Hamlin, I think 18 points is possible at Martinsville for sure. Now for Blaney and Elliott, I'm thinking must win.
William Byron had a pretty solid day. We thought that would be okay, but he goes to Martinsville with some serious pressure on him.
What about the day for Kyle Larson? Comeback, then that late spin, what could
Man,
have been, and now
that one's gonna hurt. It's our opportunity to get in there to defend the title from a year ago. It was right there in front of us.
He could very well have won that race.
Well, we closed the gap, Ronco, but it's still 38 points. You're pretty much gonna have to win. Same thing with Chase.
Ryan Blaney comes up 1 spot short from locking himself into the championship 4. I saw you get out of the car, shaking your head. It seems like disbelief. What are you feeling in this moment?
Well, it's obvious disappointment. I mean, yeah, I had a great shot to win. I didn't have a very good last lap. Man, I thought I got into 3 hard, and the 45 just blitzed it up in there, and it stuck for him, which was pretty impressive. But, yeah, I hate to give one away there like that. You know, I don't know if we gave it away. I mean, we got the lead back after losing it on the restart, and yeah, just last lap didn't really play out for us. So yeah, it definitely stinks. I appreciate everybody on the 12 team for bringing a really fast race car. I had a great shot to go to Phoenix. I still got one more chance, so we still got to look forward to that. But appreciate Menards and Ford for performance.
And you had it, man. You had it. You just had to run the high groove into 3 and 4. You would have had it.
Yeah, shame. I'll be picking through it all night. What I should have done different, probably, and that's just the way it goes. But overall, really proud of the effort, and hopefully we can bring it to them next week.
I know there's disappointment right now, but you mentioned next week multiple times. You guys won last year to get into the championship 4 at Martinsville. So is it optimistic at this point, or you're going to have to sort through these feelings first?
Well, yeah, I mean, it'll suck for the night, and then we'll look forward to Martinsville, you know, tomorrow morning. So we try to forget things quick. I've tried to do that more and more as I've gotten older and just kind of move on to the next thing, good, bad, or indifferent, and focus on the next task. So this team will do it. But yeah, I just can't say how proud I am of them coming in and understanding what we needed to do. It's just a shame it didn't work out. And but yeah, like you said, we had good fortune at Martinsville last year, and hopefully we can bring the same kind of speed and be in contention to win.
I just hope they bring what they brought at Martinsville last year. But
was asked to deliver on the final restart. He did. Sorry, breaking it down with Chris Gabehart right there, shaking your head. What more could you do?
Well, I'm not really sure. I tried to cover all lanes, but yeah, just couldn't quite get off the corner as good as I needed to there on that short run. And short run wasn't my specialty all day, obviously. But either way, you know, controlling the race with 2 to go, you got to try to find a way to finish it, and it just didn't.
Yeah, that one hurts.
Good on old tires, love running them down with better tires, but you were so good on the long run.
Yeah, I mean, I want to be faster on the shorter run, but it's just, you know, a lot of it is what we build into the car and things like that. But Chris gave me everything I needed there to try to race them, just didn't get it done.
You're really good here. You're really good next week at that track as well, Denny. What do you look forward to most about Martinsville?
I mean, yeah, it's another opportunity, and certainly you're not out of it till they throw the checker flag at Martinsville.
One more chance for Denny next week.
And it just gets reinforced how much this means. The elation from this side of the camp and the devastation from Ryan Blaney and Denny Hamlin.
These playoffs, they're brutal. And one guy leaves here feeling great. The other guys, you know, there's optimism, but also a lot of fear. You think about the 5-car Larson, 7 points behind. Denny Hamlin, 18 points. I mean, the 20 or 29 points, that's not safe going to Martinsville. So as good as this year has been, I can't imagine going into next week.
Take a look at this graphic in the bottom left, just to see the top 5 last lap times. How about that from Reddick?
So that's why the emotion for me, why my heart bleeds for the ones that fell short, because Jeff, you and I have been on that side, and it is excruciating.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt my heart next week, Fumble. I was on pins and needles those last few laps. I
so much more enjoyable for me as
don't know if I'm gonna be a handle next week.
I thought was something special out of an athlete. It wasn't somebody else's mistake that led to advancement. It was Reddick who drove into turn 3 and took a playoff spot away. That, I think, can be celebrated and should be celebrated.
Well, that's why the despair from Blaney and Hamlin.
Right.
Because they want that moment. They both believe in themselves. Give me that moment, I will execute, and neither were able to get it done.
And then I can just relax until Phoenix, but...
Their team owner mentality. The guy that wanted the ball, that's how Billy Scott is calling the races. That is how Tyler Reddick, when he lost those spots on the restart, he should have been in trouble, yet here he came.
I want to revisit the last 3 weekends, today included. Charlotte 2 weeks ago, Reddick had the rear of the car airborne and hit everything that he could possibly hit, but got into the round of 8. Last week in Vegas, he won the first stage and then ended up barrel rolling down the front straight. Today, he goes to the championship 4 for the first time in his Cup career.
This year has been about never quitting, never giving up, keep bringing fight every single week.
And aggression. People didn't like the move when it didn't work last week. Well, that's the move that won the race this week.
As Michael Jordan said, the kid drove well. He did drive.
That hurts.
Coverage is always available on NBCSports.com.
That one hurts. I just hope that we can win Martinsville, because if we don't make it through Martinsville, I don't know how I'm gonna look back on that one, you know.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
A miscarriage caused me the hemorrhage. An abortion saved my life and allowed me to have more children. Robert Vitovich's plan would ban nearly all abortions, even in cases of rape or incest. Without access to abortion care, we would have lost everything.
I'm a lifelong Republican, and I voted for Trump twice, but I can't do it again. Trump wants a national sales tax on imported goods. It'll make everything more expensive for regular people, all while giving tax breaks to billionaires.
You're rich as hell. We're going to give you tax cuts?
Kamala Harris is for regular people. She wants a tax cut for 100 million Americans, so we keep more of our hard-earned money. I'm a proud Republican, but this year, I'm voting for Kamala Harris.
FFPAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
When I miscarried, I needed a DNC. That's an abortion, and it preserved my ability to have more children. Riley Linting's plan would outlaw nearly all abortions and put women in prison. Riley Linting puts women in danger.
Alright guys, we'll see you next week.
Always watching, always tracking.
Obviously gonna have the
From downtown
gonna have the
News at 6 starts now.
You're just 9 days away from election.
Obviously gonna have the obviously gonna have the we're gonna have the big race, the PRA race I'll stream, but man, that one hurts. That one hurts. Man, that hurts. But I'm out of here. See you guys. Take it easy.